And a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Oakland Ballers Baseball on 860 AM The Answer. It's game 30 of the season of 96. It's game 30 of 48 in our first half. And your Oakland Ballers are 20-9 in a tie for first in the Pioneer League. They currently occupy one of the two playoff spots in the first half. This is game 6 of our series against the Glacier Range Riders. A special hello to all of those watching in the Flathead Valley today. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcasts this week. I'm Tyler Peterson alongside Nevada Cullen. The Ballers have won 4 of the first 5 Nevada. They've won 5 in Glacier to everyone's surprise. So with a series that really has been played quite closely, how do they get that 5th win today?
Well, it's going to have to be a well-pitched game by Luke Short because Ty Bothwell is on the mound for Glacier. The Pioneer League Pitcher of the Week is looking to record yet another quality start, his second start of this series.
Ty Bothwell was on the mound on Tuesday when the Ballers won 5-6. He pitched well, didn't walk anyone, struck out 7 in 5 1/3 innings. He took a no decision in that game. The Ballers with a different look lineup. They just ran out to the field. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, we will pause as we will have the performance of the national anthem. Singing the Star Spangled Banner today, welcome back to the field, Tanisha Clarity. Let's send it down to the field.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
If the Ballers make the playoffs this year,
Yeah, she's got to come back.
she's got to come back.
She was even better the second time this week.
Ballers and Range Riders here on a nice, warm, sunny Sunday in Oakland. And for one last time this regular season, the Glacier Range Rider lineup in Oakland.
Well, Todd Pratt in his first year as field manager and the 11-18 Range Riders look like this. TJ Clarkson in right field leading off. He's hit 4 homers in his last 3 games. Logan Beard, the DH, bat second. Xavier Casarella, the first baseman, hits third. He had 18 bombs last night in the home run derby and then 20 overall after the swing off. Kenny Lavari, the left fielder, cleans up. Nice day for him yesterday. He went 3 for 5. Kingston Liniak, center fielder, bats 5th. Gabe Howell, shortstop, hits 6th. Efren Manzo, third baseman, bats 7th. Antonio Barranca, catcher, hitting 8th. And JT Mabry is the second baseman, batting 9th.
On the mound for the Oakland Ballers, it's their ace, Luke Short. A 2-1 record. 5 starts for Shorty this year. It's a 5.16 ERA for him. He struck out 25 and walked 12 in 22 and 2/3 innings, and hasn't pitched all that deep into games for most of his starts. You'd love to see him go 5 today at the very least, and he'll get a start here at home on Sunday.
In his lone start against Glacier, he went 5 innings, 3 runs, 1 earned, a walk and 3 strikeouts. That was an 8-4 win. He only threw 68 pitches that day. Short today will be backed up by, in left field, Pat Monteith, Darryl Buggs, the second in center, and Isai Santos in right field. The infield from first to third, it's Ryan Pierce making his Ballers debut in the field, his first professional start. Danny Harris is the second baseman, Tremaine Cobb Jr. the shortstop with Nick Leahy at third, and Dylan Tatum behind the dish for the lefty, Luke Short.
Pierce had a RBI double in his first professional bat last night. It tied the game in the 8th at 6-6. Now, the more eagle-eared viewers might have heard that no Druick, no Helmick, and no Almanza in the lineup today. Short against Clarkson to begin this ball game. From the middle of the rubber, Short begins his windup, and the pitch to Clarkson is a fastball called for a strike on the high outside corner at 1:06 p.m. Clarkson at 307, 7 home runs and 19 RBI. He's had a huge series as well. Next pitch is a fastball outside for ball 1. Calling balls and strikes is Ricardo Rodriguez. It's Joe Shields at first and Alan Walker at third. Now the pitch to Clarkson. He swings and misses through the high fastball. It's 1-2. Clarkson yesterday homered. It comes a day after he homered twice on Friday, and he homered on Thursday as well. Now a curveball from Luke Short. It's in the dirt. A 3-game home run streak for TJ Clarkson. He's in a 2-2 count to begin this game. 70 degrees at first pitch and getting a little bit hotter until maybe the 3 o'clock hour. Luke Short from the windup. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. 90 miles an hour at the bottom of the zone, and there's one away, and that's how this ball game begins.
Short emptying the kitchen sink a bit against Clarkson. We saw 3 different pitches, fastball, slider, and curveball. He finishes with the fastball to get Clarkson to strike out. Clarkson did strike out in his last at-bat yesterday, but that is only his 4th, now 6th strikeout of the series. He did actually strike out twice on Tuesday.
Now here's Logan Beard. First pitch on its way to Beard is a fastball low. A hit in every game but Wednesday for Beard. He's also homered in this series. One of their top producers this year. Next pitch is a ball on 2 hops past the shortstop Cobb into center field. And it'll be a single for Beard. It was hard hit and got through the infield. Cobb just didn't have a great jump on that ball as it went, say, definitely more toward the shortstop than it was to the second base side if you were going to cut a little pie between the two. Now Xavier Casarella, who put on quite the show yesterday in the home run derby. First pitch to him from Short is a fastball high and away.
18 homers in his first round. That was the second round of the derby to beat Tremaine Cobb Jr. Then 2 out of 3 in the swing-off to beat Cam Buford.
1-0 to Casarella. And the pitch from Short is swung on. It's popped up down the right field line, and that will reach the seats. Ballers in their Peloteros jerseys. And I forget the design. Is it called Serape?
I think that was the word you used last year.
I forget the term for the design on the sleeves. Peloteros jerseys and green hats to go along with them. The 1-1 on its way. Casarella fouls one back. Range Riders in, yes, it is Serape.
Yep. Then you were mentioning the rifle green uniforms.
Yes, rifle green for Glacier with almost gold numbers. A different type of green and gold today. 1-2 to Casarella. Short's kicking his pitch. The breaking ball is strike 3 called right down the middle of the zone. A knee buckler, 2 strikeouts for Shorty, and there's 2 away here in the first.
Yeah, he's got his breaking pitches working. That curveball went backdoor on the right-handed hitting Casarella, who struck out twice yesterday, and Short punches him out for the second out here in the first inning today.
Here's Kenny Lavari. He started each of the last 4 games in the cleanup spot. The first pitch is a fastball, swung on and missed, 89, top of the zone. It's 0-1. No score in our ball game thus far here in the top of the first. A single for Beard. Here he is at first. There's 2 outs in the inning for Lavari. Lavari at 283 as he swings and fouls that away. A home run and 9 RBI in 106 at-bats this year. That's the 4th most. He has been part of every ball game thus far, all 30 for Glacier. 26 starts. This will be his 27th. It's an 0-2 from Short, and the pitch on its way is swung on and missed. Setting up low and away was Dylan Tatum. The fastball came up above the letters, and Luke Short strikes out the side. And that's probably the best start we've seen from Shorty to begin a ball game so far this year. No runs on a hit, no errors, a man left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. No score for the, is that the first time in the series, Nevada, or did they hold them scoreless? Okay, they did yesterday.
Yeah.
God, it seems like every day that Glacier has scored at some point in the first. All right, to the bottom of the first, no score. Ballers bat next on 860 AM, The Answer. It's the bottom of the first. The batters for Oakland, here they are in a scoreless ball game. Nevada Cullen.
The shortstop Trey Cobb leads it off. A day off yesterday for Cobb, besides entering late and participating in the home run derby. Isai Santos, the right fielder, had a leadoff homer yesterday. He bats second. And Danny Harris, the second baseman, bats third. Cam Buford, DH, cleans up. Ryan Pierce, the first baseman, makes his first pro start, batting fifth. Nick Leahy, the third baseman, hits sixth. Dylan Tatum, catcher, bats seventh. Darrell Buggs, center fielder, bats eighth. And Pat Monteith in the ninth spot and in left field.
Only one lefty in that lineup, and that's Santos, because the lefty, Ty Bothwell, one of the best pitchers, or best starters, I should say, in the Pioneer League, is on the mound, and his first pitch to Cobb is swung on and missed. 0-1. Bothwell, an 0-1 record, a 3.64 ERA, 41 Ks in 29 2/3 innings, and only has walked 7. The 0-1 to Cobb. He takes a fastball on the inside corner for a called strike 2. Cobb at 333, a home run and 14 driven in. He scored 30 runs in the 26 games he's played. It's an 0-2 to Cobb. He swings and gets under this one behind third. Out is the shortstop. It's going to be the left fielder who makes the catch, Lavari, for the first out of the bottom of the first.
A little bit of almost miscommunication there by Glacier, because it looked like that ball was maybe going to fall between Lavari and Howell. Lavari did well, though, to call off Howell in the end.
Santos at 254, 2 home runs, 12 RBI. Yesterday's leadoff man took a 1 for 5. The one was a home run to left that led off the game. First pitch fastball down and out. It's 1-0. No score in the bottom of the first. Bases are empty, 1 away. I would call it getaway day, but Glacier's not leaving until tomorrow as Santos swings and fouls it out of play down the left field line. It's 1-1. Ballers will have a 6 a.m. bus ride with Nevada Cullen on it tomorrow morning on their way to Boise.
Can't wait.
Bothwell's 1-1 is a fastball that catches the outside corner, 1-2.
But then after Boise, 6 more on the road at Rocky Mountain in Colorado Springs, where you will be joined on the airwaves by Tyler Peterson.
Yes, I'll fly in and join the team halfway through the trip. The 1-2 on its way is a half swing. Does he go? No, says Alan Walker at third. It was a breaking ball down low. It's 2-2. Yes, someone is too busy having fun during the 4th of July week.
Whoops.
It's a 2-2 to Isai Santos. Bothwell is set from the stretch. His 2-2 pitch is a breaking ball hit out into center field. This is shallow. Out is the shortstop, Howell. Is it Howell? Is it Beard? It's Howell who puts it away for out number 2.
2 pop-outs and 2 outs for Bothwell, who pitched Tuesday in the 6-5 loss for Glacier. 5 1/3 innings then, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. Defense behind him today, outfield from left to right, Lavari, Liniak, and Clarkson. Infield from first to third, Gasarella, Mabry, Howell, Manzo, Barranca does the catching for the lefty, Bothwell.
First pitch to Danny Harris is a breaking ball down low. I said Beard. It's Mabry at second base today, who gets his second appearance of the series.
Harris had a double against Bothwell on Tuesday.
Swinging a hot bat is Harris. Bothwell's 1-0. Harris looks at a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1.
Well, you mentioned the righties in the lineup. Of the 5 extra base hits Bothwell allowed on Tuesday, 4 were by right-handed batters. Leahy had a homer, Bugs tripled, Monteith also doubled with Harris.
The 1-1, Harris looks at a slider at the top of the zone for strike 2. 336 for Harris. That's now second best on Oakland's squad. 4 home runs, 24 driven in. It's a 1-2 to Harris. Bothwell throws, and Danny takes down low. A quarter of a swing there. It's 2-2. Couple of firsts yesterday. We saw Ryan Pierce get his first at bat and double it down the line. We saw our first pinch running appearance of Zach St. Pierre, which we were waiting for. The 2-2 to Harris. He swings and fouls it back. A good cut.
His wife, Kiana, in attendance today. So I got to talk to Zach and Kiana before the game, and they were talking to me about that pinch running performance. I told Zach, I was just glad you scored after that wild pitch happened, and I think Zach thought what we all did. Mendoza is just going to block that ball on the wild pitch.
The 2-2, and Harris swings and grounds it off of his leg. And he's going to take a few jumps and a few walks. That got all the way out to the third baseman, Manzo.
Yeah, that hurt. Maybe not quite as much as Davis Druick's foul ball off of his shin earlier this week.
So it'll stay a 2-2 count. This at bat will see a 7th pitch. Bothwell ready. Barranca to set up low and in. And the pitch to Harris is swung on and fouled away. They went to the fastball again. That time at 92. That's the fastest we have seen from Bothwell so far.
Yep. We had seen 91 2 pitches prior. Before that, only 90 from Bothwell.
And now the 2-2. Harris looks at a pitch low. It's 3-2.
I mean, it really feels like Danny is just taking better and better at bats as the season goes along. He's on an 11-game hit streak, and part of that is getting in better counts.
So the count runs full, a 9th pitch of the at-bat. The payoff from Bothwell, and Harris takes inside. Oh, strike 3 called. And Harris will just head back to the dugout with one quick word to Ricardo Rodriguez, and the inning is over. It's a 1-2-3 first for Ty Bothwell, and we head to the second. No score on 860 AM The Answer. Top of the second, no score in our contest. It's game 6 and the final game of our home series. The, strangely enough, only home series in June. There was one game on June the 1st. In the end of the Jackalope series, this is the only homestand in June otherwise, and then the Ballers will be back in July for a first half finishing series with the Vibes. So make plans for that series because there could be playoff implications on the line.
Yeah. The Ballers hope to clinch a playoff spot at Ramondi Park in the second week of July against the Vibes.
Here is Kingston Liniak, the right-handed hitting center fielder. It's a very bright day at Ramondi today. It's beautiful. Luke Short's first pitch to Liniak is a fastball that is...
That's a foul ball.
The foul ball. Okay, I was going to say swung on and missed. No, it was off the tip of the bat of Liniak. It's 0-1. The franchise player for Glacier, Kingston Liniak. The next one is swung on and fouled back. .327 his batting average. He's hit 6 home runs. His 6th went out last night against Adam Bogosian down the line. 26 driven in. That leads the club. Short from the windup, the 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled away.
And that one was almost brought back by Davis Druick. It was off the end of the bat from Liniak, and Davis made a pretty good effort on it, but could not corral it. It might have been just over his glove. You can't really tell from all the way over here.
Another 0-2 on its way. Short throws, and the breaking ball is strike 3 called. And again, Liniak started and stopped and then had no chance on the big breaking ball. That is 4 strikeouts for Short. All 4 outs thus far have been via the K.
Yep, pretty good in terms of the strikeout production from Short. He did punch out 7 range riders in Kalispell, but this is much more efficient from Luke Short. He only went 4 in Kalispell.
Well, you can definitely say the breaking ball is working today. The first pitch is off the glove of Tatum against Howell, the shortstop, and it's a 1-0 count.
And it's not just one breaking ball. It's the slider and the curveball have both looked good from Luke.
Howell, the right-handed hitting shortstop. No score here in the top of the second. He'll swing and pop this up on the infield. Who wants it? Who sees it? Pierce Shorts will make the catch.
The stare down of Pierce after making the catch. Look, pitchers are athletes too, and Zach St. Pierre may be the most athletic pitcher, and Luke Short might just be number 2.
Well, I got to say that it was Tatum never saw it. Pierce was coming in trying to make the catch. Short was just standing there waiting for his defense to make a play, and then he's the one who just sort of reached out without moving and made the catch.
Right, he plucked it out of the air.
So he's made all 5 outs himself. The first pitch to Manzo is a fastball high. It's ball 1. Efren Manzo participated in last night's home run derby, hit 6 home runs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And lost to Cam Buford's 11 in the first round. Here he swings and fouls one out of play. It's 1-1.
Manzo's their 1B if the game reaches the knockout round. It's Casarella who would go first and would be a tough opposition, but Manzo's a pretty good number 2 to have.
The 1-1 to Manzo is a breaking ball in on the corner for strike 2. I mean, I'm going to say number 2. I'm not even going to say 1B at this point because Casarella is a 1 on any team right now with the 18. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back. High fastball. Manzo yesterday took an 0 for 4. He did bring in a run on a fielder's choice. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Then again, the breaking ball. 5 strikeouts for Luke Short through 2 innings. And they've seen him before, but they have not seen this Luke Short. We'll take a break and go to the second, bottom of the second. No score on 860 AM, the answer.
District Council 16, Painters and Allied Trades represent the best in the business. Painters, drywall finishers, glaziers, and floor coverers, proudly serving Northern California and Nevada. They stand for top-tier training, great wages, and strong benefits and dignity on the job. Join the International Union of Painters and Allied Trades today. District Council 16, building the future one skilled trade at a time.
Now 5 times fast.
That was as fast as I could go. Here we go. Today's June 22nd, 2025. Let's rewind 1 year ago today. This day in Oakland baseball history, Oakland beats Yolo 9-6. Halsema plays hero in 9-6 win, the headline. Trevor Halsema collected 3 hits and drove in 4 runs on Saturday, powering the Ballers to a 9-6 win over the Yolo High Wheelers. He mashed a go-ahead 3-run homer in a 5-run fourth and tied a season high to help Oakland snap a quick 2-game skid. Chandler David locked down the 9-6 victory for his first professional save, struck out a pair and retired the side in order.
A couple of midseason All-Stars from last year, Trevor Halsema and Chandler David.
And that wasn't the only midseason All-Star to join that day.
First pitch to Buford is a high drive to left field. Looking up is the left fielder Lavari, and that one is off the building in left field. Buford with a solo shot, 1-0 Oakland, and I think Buford did the Nick Leahy there and ambushed the first pitch from Bothwell.
Yep, that is exactly what happened on Tuesday with Leahy, who hit a 3rd-inning homer off of Bothwell. It's another early inning bomb to get the Ballers ahead as Buford bashes his 4th of the year.
And now here's Ryan Pierce. Pierce making his first pro start. The St. Mary's third baseman who just finished up their first trip to the NCAA regionals. They beat Oregon State in the first game and then later lost to them in the same elimination round. It's 1-0 to Pierce. Had his first hit yesterday as he swings and fouls it back. It's 1-1. Some big numbers at St. Mary's the last couple of years after coming from Los Medanos College. Pierce in 2024, when he was a teammate of Christian Almanza, hit .302. So he takes high and inside, 2-1.
He was a WCC second-team selection that year.
15 home runs, 55 driven in 56 games. This year, 295, 14 home runs, and 54 driven in. It's a 2-1 to Pierce as he takes the breaking ball on the outside. It's 2-2. Now his numbers from Los Medanos College are just gross.
2023 hit .426 with 17 homers and 70 RBI.
It's a 2-2 from Bothwell. Pierce is ready, and the pitch is swung on and fouled away. It was a high outside fastball, and Pierce did enough to fight that off. It was a little bit of a reach from Pierce, but he was trying to protect. Bothwell will do the 2-2 one more time. The kick and the pitch. Pierce swings and fouls that one sharply down the line, and again went to reach after that one. That one at 92 on the outer half.
I don't know how he almost got barrel to that ball. That was way upstairs and off the plate.
Pierce is 6'3", 225 from Brentwood, California. Now the 2-2 is a breaking ball taken low, 3-2. A nice at bat from Pierce. That double last night tied the game right down the line, hopped over the glove of Manzo, who tried to make a sliding stop. It brought in Tyler Lozano all the way from first. A 3-2 pitch to Pierce. Bothwell throws, and Pierce is hit by that pitch. So he will get first base. It would have been ball 4 anyway. Instead, it goes down as a hit by a pitch. It'll keep the on-base percentage at 1,000 either way. So here's Nick Leahy now, moved up to the 6th hole today. I think that's as high as we have seen Leahy hit.
And that's because of the man on the mound, Ty Bothwell, who Nick Leahy took deep on Tuesday.
First pitch to Leahy is a fastball, a touch high. It's 1-0. So Cam Buford leading off the inning with a solo shot to left field. 1-0 Oakland. Buford's 4th of the season. The 1-0. Leahy takes a fastball, this time a strike at the letters. 1-1. At first is Pierce, who was hit by a 3-2 pitch. 1-1 count to Nick Leahy. Fastball is outside. You look around at some of these players now, and the Ballers now have 4 draft-eligible players on their roster. Tanner, Milliken, Leahy, and Pierce. A 2-1. Fastball is high. The back pick to first is not in time, and Bronca did not like the secondary. Oh, excuse me, it was a strike, 2-2. There's so much happening on that I did not see the late call from Ricardo Rodriguez, so 2-2. Bothwell to the plate, and the fastball is high and away, 3-2.
I was actually really impressed with Pierce's speed getting back to the bag there. He really shot back to first base.
Well, the interesting part of that is take a look at some of his stolen base numbers.
It's not high.
3-2 on its way is swung on and fouled back.
Not at St. Mary's anyways.
He can scoot a little bit.
He only had 6 stolen bases in 2 years at St. Mary's.
I still say 6 stolen bases is a pretty decent amount for a guy who's a corner infielder who's 225.
That's fair.
Sort of the Brandon Belt approach. The 3-2 to Leahy is swung on, grounded towards second. Mabry is over. He'll stop it. He'll throw to first, his only play. That'll get Pierce to second on the 4-3 ground out. And there's 1 out here in the second. And now Glendon Rush is going to rush out to the field before this Dylan Tatum at bat.
I see what you did there. Dylan Tatum in this series 0 for 7, so he is due. And Dylan's hoping he can drive home his 10th run of the year by plating Pierce from second.
1 away here in the second inning in a 1-0 Ballers lead. Nice crowd on a Sunday taking in the ball game. Have the West Oakland Farmers Market behind center field going on. First pitch to Tatum. He swings and lines one into the glove of Mabry. He's got to get to the bag before Pierce, and Pierce gets there first. So an L4 and a good little scoot from Pierce.
Yeah, again, real impressed once more by his ability to get back to the bag quickly, because Pierce easily could have been doubled up right there.
Here's Daryl Buggs. Bugsy batting 8th today, the center fielder. He's had a nice extended look with the injury to O'Hara, and he has been playing very well. Not just a platoon situation right now for Buggs. And now,
balk?
It's a balk. Another balk. Is that the 3rd balk this series?
Yeah. Crazy.
Going to third is Pierce. That was called by Joe Shields at first base. You don't normally see a balk with a runner at second.
I'm not quite sure what happened, but Ballers will take it.
First pitch to Buggs, line drive, left field, base hit. And Buggs knocks in Pierce. It's 2-0 Oakland. He loves that first pitch.
Yeah, Buggs just attacking there. He got a middle away changeup there from Bothwell and waited back, got barreled to it, lined it over Howell for the RBI. That's the 7th of the year for Buggs.
Now Pat Monteith. 196 for Pat, a home run, 4 RBI. The first pitch to Pat is swung on, a high drive to left field, and this one will go off the roof. .90 miles an hour right down the middle, and 387 feet later, it's 4-0 Oakland.
Ballers attacking Bothwell. First pitch, swinging. Monteith ambushes that middle fastball and just got every bit of it to left field for the 2-run blast.
First pitch to Cobb. He'll take this pitch low, and the Ballers lay off the first pitch here.
And, man, you got to love that for Pat, who you saw him turn around maybe. I saw it, look towards his dugout to say, that's right, I'm here. That was a big swing.
1-0 is swung on and missed. Both of Monteith's home run have gone to left field. The first one off of Ty Atkins of Grand Junction. And now he gets Bothwell on the 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Pitch to Cobb is a fastball high.
And those crooked numbers for Oakland in this series have really helped. The last 2 days in those 10-6 wins, the Ballers have had crooked numbers in multiple innings.
A 2-1 to Cobb. Takes high and in, 3-1.
They have scored at least 3 runs in an inning twice in each of the past 2 games.
The only member of this pitching staff we haven't seen that we thought may start today is Noah Owen, the right-handed pitcher from Oceanside, California. A 3-1 on its way. Cobb pops this into center field. This will send Liniak back a little bit, and he will stop and make the catch for the final out of the inning. It's a 4-run second for Oakland. Cam Buford, a solo shot. Darryl Buggs, a 2-out base hit that brought in Ryan Pierce, and then Pat Monteith, a 2-run home run to left. 4-0 Oakland as we head to the third on 860 AM, The Answer. Top of inning number 3. Excuse me.
I got you with some insurance here from Heffernan Insurance Brokers, who have been helping people make smart decisions since day one, offering business insurance, personal home and auto, employee benefits, and retirement and wealth management. Make a smart decision for your business or family today. Visit Heffernan Insurance Brokers online at heffins.com, HEFFINS.com.
I just get so choked up over insurance reads, Nevada.
I know.
Antonio Barranca will lead it off, followed by JT Mabry and then TJ Clarkson. So the initials back-to-back and a little swap on 9-1. Barranca, the catcher, has done damage against Oakland this year in, I believe, 3 previous starts. First pitch is a fastball low. It's 1-0.
That is to the tune of a 5-for-12 performance over the season against Oakland with 3 extra base hits.
The 1-0 to Barranca. It's a fastball high, 2-0.
All right, now feels like the time I can finish my earlier thought.
Please.
A year ago today in Oakland baseball history, I know we finished the segment, but another midseason All-Star joined the team that day. Do you remember who it was?
The 2-0 on its way is a breaking ball in for strike one. Was it Justin Kleinsorge?
It was Nevada Cullen. I wrote my first story that day. So the words I was reading in that last segment were words that I wrote finally.
The 2-1 is tomahawked fouled on the left field line.
I wasn't actually here, but I was watching that game and wrote the story afterwards.
Very good, very good. Yeah. It's a 2-2 to Barranca. Shorty has struck out 5 in the first 2 innings so far. 2-2 pitch is a half swing. Does he go? Yes, says Joe Shields down at first. And that one I find surprising. It's the 6th strikeout, this time swinging. I was not convinced he went around there.
You find it surprising. I find it a bit surprising. Luke Short finds it nice. He appreciates his 6th strikeout.
Mabry now.
I'm with you, though. I didn't think he went.
Shorty from the windup, and the first pitch to Mabry is a fastball at the bottom of the zone for strike 1.
I mean, the command from Luke Short is what's jumping off the page for me. He is
Yes.
just dotting up and down, away, in.
Ground ball toward the right side. Harris is going to spear it, and it kicks away from his glove. It's going to be picked up by Santos, who spins and throws to second, and Cobb does not apply the tag the first time, but he dives and tags Mabry out. who went past the bag. It's going to be a single 9-6 put out, and there's 2 away.
Don't forget the 4 on
Oh,
there.
you're
Danny
right.
Harris
4,
with
9,
the
6.
assist, kicking it towards the line. Santos hustles to it and then barehands the ball, whipping it to Cobb. I thought Mabry was out of the baseline. Either way, he swims around the tag, and Cobb dives to tag him out after Mabry went past second base to escape the first tag attempt. Ballers get the out in the end.
You know what? You might be right, Nevada, because when Mabry dove back to the bag, he dove back as a man might dive back if he were on second and a pickoff attempt was thrown. He was diving from the third base side. So he may have been out anyway, but the tag applied nonetheless. 2 outs. Here's Clarkson. Yeah, 4 to 9 to 6 on the putout. It's the second hit allowed by Short. Appreciate the effort from Danny Harris, but he sort of compounded the situation.
He definitely made things worse. He just knocked the ball so far towards the right field line. I thought for sure Mabry would reach second. He did not in the end.
Previous pitch was hit out of play. It's 0-2 to Clarkson, who struck out swinging at a fastball by Luke Short. The 0-2 on its way. Short is set with 10 seconds left on the clock. He fires in a breaking ball, not quite on the outside corner, and Dylan Tatum wants to challenge. What do we got? It is overturned to a strike, and Luke Short has 7 strikeouts. That is a great challenge by Dylan Tatum.
And it matches Luke Short's season high in just 3 innings of work.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. No runs, a hit, no errors, no one left on base. To the bottom of the third we go. It's Oakland 4, Glacier nothing on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball on 860 AM The Answer. It's the bottom of inning 3. Santos, Harris, and Buford to face off against Ty Bothwell for the second time in a 4-0 Oakland lead. If you're just joining us, it was 4 runs for Oakland in the bottom of the second. Solo home run by Cam Buford, an RBI single by Darryl Buggs to bring in Ryan Pierce, and then a 2-run home run by Pat Monteith. Santos popped out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. Here he takes a high slider for ball 1. Tyler Peterson and Nevada Cullen with you from the press box here at Raimondi Park. The 1-0 pitch. Santos takes a breaking ball for strike 2. We've enjoyed having our first group of road broadcasters with us, Scott Gladstone and Patrick Kelly, just sitting a couple chairs down from us, and they've been a delight to hang out with all week. The 1-1 pitch to Santos is swung on, hit to center field. It's a base hit. He waited back on a breaking ball and just deposits one in front of Liniak, who just now does throw it in. It's a leadoff hit for Santos, and the Ballers.
It's amazing. Every day that goes by, Tyler, the Ballers are looking smarter and smarter for picking Santos in that Arizona tryout draft.
There were 3 drafted players by Oakland. Gabe Vasquez in Florida, Isai Santos in Arizona, and Kevin Gamaros in Arizona. First pitch to Harris. He takes a breaking ball for a called strike 1. Gabe Vasquez was traded to Idaho Falls. He is now their 26th man and actually participates in the home run derby.
Yes, he does.
He had a home run yesterday, and I spoke with Ballers broadcaster John Balgini, who says Vasquez now has more home runs than singles as Harris swings and misses at the first pitch.
That's good. And I'm glad Gabe landed on his feet somewhere. He no doubt can have success in this league. I think he would have made a great 26th man. I think Santos has made a great 26th man for the Ballers.
0-2 to Danny Harris. Bothwell waits, now is kicking his pitch. It's a fastball high. It's 1-2.
And I think for that, Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong, that was kind of more about filling a need for the Ballers with Santos's positional flexibility. Being able to play multiple positions.
Yes, and Isai Santos also was at the open tryout.
Yes.
We knew about Isai for quite a while. The 1-2 pitch on its way is outside. I personally knew about Santos since early 2023, before I was with Oakland. He played when he was playing at Holy Names High School. So he's actually been someone on my scouting radar for some time, and it worked out very well. There he goes to second. The pitch is outside. Barranca's throw is nowhere in time. Not only did Santos go first move, he went before Bothwell moved and timed it perfectly for a stolen base. Runner at second, and now a 3-2 count for Harris. Santos with his third steal of the year.
Credit to Harris as well. It was a 0-2 count. It is now full.
Bothwell a stare at second. His payoff to Harris is hit toward the right side into the glove of the first baseman, who will run to the bag and just beat Harris. But that is some great directional hitting by Danny Harris, who just went to poke that ball to the right side to get Santos to third.
I mean, when you get the runner, the leadoff batter over, who singled in Isai Santos to second with a stolen base and then to third with a ground out, that makes for a very productive beginning to the inning.
Here's Cam Buford, who saw one pitch and then sent it out of the park to left field. Let's see if he swings first pitch here against Bothwell. Bothwell's first pitch is a big breaking ball toward the back foot of Buford, which he takes for ball one. The Buford back foot breaking ball. That's a little alliteration for you. The 1-0 to Buford. He takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike one.
Don't tempt me with a good time. I love alliteration.
The corners are in for Glacier here. They're going to concede the run up the middle, though. Santos leads from third. Bothwell is set. Barranca sets up low, and the 1-1 pitch to Buford is swung on, fouled out of play. I think when you looked at this team when they came in, who would supply the big offense, Buford was expected to be one of those players, and he has. There's a second point I'm going to make here. The 1-2 on its way to Buford. He takes it down low.
I know it.
He's only done it to the tune of 4 home runs and a 312 batting average, but it's guys like Santos at third who have kind of come out of nowhere, and he himself, Santos, has scored 18 runs for Oakland.
That's a great point, and has really stepped up in the top of this order.
The 2-2 breaking ball swung on and missed, and Bothwell gets Buford for a big out number 2, the second strikeout for Bothwell today. I mean, you think about not just the hits that have been RBI, but the times that Santos has come up in situations where the Ballers have needed a man on. Opening night, a couple days ago in the ninth against Cowan. They came in and he has done something productive. Now Pierce. First pitch to Pierce. He swings and pops this up down the right field line. Over is the first baseman, Casarella. Will he have a play? It's going to be a basket catch by Mabry, who came out of nowhere at the last minute. I think even he was surprised he caught that ball. Nevertheless, it's a foul pop out, and the inning is over. No runs on a hit, no errors. The man is left at third, Santos, and we move on to the fourth. No score, or 4-0. No score in the inning. 4-0 Oakland on 860 AM The Answer. Your line score through 3 innings today in Oakland, it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors for Glacier, 4 runs on 4 hits and no errors for the Oakland Ballers. For your middle innings of play-by-play, to titillate you and to tease the mind, Nevada Cullen.
Some might say to TTLE you, but sadly Marcus isn't here right now to appreciate that joke. So, yes, I'm Nevada Cullen. I get hungry, and here at the top of the 4th, surprise, Tyler. It's time for Nevada's Culinary Curiosities. As Luke Short leads off the inning against Logan Beard. 7 Ks through 3 for Luke Short, 1 more for a season best. Most importantly, his pitch count is just at 35. 3-5. And the first pitch is a high strike, 0-1. So today is Sunday, so where would I go but the West Oakland Farmers Market, which is just down the street, just a block away from Ramondi. 0-1 is too tall.
It's so close, we can both see it from our broadcast booth as we sit here behind center field, and you might even be able to hit a home run.
Christian Almanza might.
Yes.
A few others. So I went there today, and for the first time, I had it's Colombian fusion food, Macondo. 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Saying I had Colombian food would be disingenuous. Instead, I went with a Venezuelan arepa. Arepas, which are flatbread made of corn dough. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Luke Short with the fastball has a new season high. That's 8 Ks. 1 down here in the 4th.
And he's doing it with positional pitching. I talk about directional hitting. How about positional pitching? Just putting the fastball in a spot where Beard just can't get to it. If he chases, then he'll strike out. If he lets it alone, it's a ball. And he chased and he struck out.
The high cheese. I did not have cheese on my arepa today. 1 out. Lefty Short. Righty Casarello, who struck out looking his first time, and takes ball 1 high. This arepa had shredded chicken, avocado, lime, and cilantro. Creamy, refreshing, and royally delicious, according to the menu. And it did it was all of those things. 1-0 is fouled straight back, just to the right of the press box. They came very close to hitting it. 1-1. I can't really, there's nothing more to say about it. Shredded chicken, avocado, the cilantro lime crema was incredible. 10 out of 10, 5 stars. I would have it every Sunday if I could. 1-1 is flown to right field. Santos goes into the right center field gap. The right fielder cruises underneath and makes the one-handed squeeze. 2 down. There's some great Spanish food between that and the tamales.
I just want to stop and say something. That's the first out that Luke Short has not made. That was the first ball put in play that Luke Short has not either. He caught a pop-up and he struck everybody else out.
Yeah, that's incredible. Now here's Kenny Lavari, who struck out in the first inning to end that frame, and takes a half swing there and offers 0-1. That is a sign that a pitcher just is commanding and everything is working. That was the breaking ball, and Lavari did not even offer a full swing at it. 0-1 on the lefty Lavari from the lefty Short. Is dropped in for a strike 2. Devastating curveball with just a bunch of break on it. So much tilt. He's way ahead. He's looking to retire Lavari on just 3 pitches. 0-2, Short from the windup. That is lined into the glove of Harris at second base. So finally, Glacier's able to put it in play on back-to-back balls. Hit to the right side, but Short is cruising through 4. He's allowed 2 hits and no runs with 8 strikeouts, a season best. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 4-0 Oakland on 860 AM The Answer.
Striking out with leaky pipes, bases loaded with clogged drains, did the Three Stooges do the plumbing in your home? Step up to the plate and call the pros at Mr. Rooter Plumbing. We're the home team when it comes to reliable service, family-owned, locally trusted, and proudly serving the greater Oakland area, San Francisco, and the peninsula with honest, dependable service. Mr. Rooter Plumbing is always ready in the bullpen. Don't let plumbing problems throw you a curveball. Mr. Rooter Plumbing is here when you need us.
The Three Stooges, better known as Nevada Cullen, Tyler Peterson, and Chris Dorr back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. Bottom of the fourth inning. Chris does a great job as always. He is the lone one that cannot be considered a stooge of the three of us. First pitch high and away from Bothwell, 1-0 on Leahy.
Well, maybe that makes Gavin like Shemp.
I've heard of Shemp.
Okay. Well, there's a
Still
Three
not seen
Stooges
this Three
marathon
Stooges.
channel on YouTube. Anytime you want, please go ahead.
1-0 to Leahy, the right-handed batter, takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. I've seen a Three Stooges movie.
No. That's you have to watch the ones from the 30s and the 40s.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was raised on, my friend.
Sounds good. 1-1 toss. Leahy takes low, 2-1.
I was taught that there's nothing more funny than violence.
I learned that too from Tom and Jerry.
Okay, there you go.
Slapstick humor, that's what it is. 7 on the timer. Bothwell, the lefty, delivers, and Leahy pokes it foul off to the right, 2-2. Bowlers lead 4-0 in the home fourth. No one out, bases empty. And 4 all came home in the second. Buford with a homer, Monteith with a 2-run shot, and Darrell Buggs with an RBI knock. That one seemed like the biggest hit of the inning, honestly, turning it into a crooked number until Monteith's 2-run bomb. Leahy takes in the dirt, and the ball rolls behind him, 3-2. That felt like when a player's taking batting practice and a ball rolls off the turtle towards their back foot. And if you're a coach, you got to stop, make sure they stop swinging and be like, hey, move that ball. You don't want to cause any injuries. Payoff coming. Leahy takes high and tight. And with that, it's time.
Bothwell will challenge. Bothwell will
Whoa.
challenge. Stand by. We know how these go. When the pitcher challenges, they're almost confirmed a ball. They're almost never correct when the pitcher does it.
Yep. Oakland's 1 of 1. Glacier's 0-1 in their challenges. So Leahy, the leadoff walk. That is the first walk for the Ballers today.
Once again, Bernie Sanders is asking, please do not challenge if you're a pitcher.
I was so confused for a second. Then I remembered the meme you're speaking of.
Thank you.
Dylan Tatum stands in from the right side against the lefty Bothwell. And I think it's time for a little fourth inning wide world of baseball, just in case Trey Cobb comes up this inning. Tatum takes high and away for a ball, 1-0. Cobb is not yet in the hole. He's 4 batters away. But I wanted to talk today about his hometown of Upper Marlboro, Maryland. 1-0. Tatum cranks it high and deep left field. You can take a long look at that one. A high arcing shot from Dylan Tatum, the third Tatum Tater of the season. A 2-run moonshot, and it's 6-0 Oakland in the fourth.
It's also the third Tater of the day. Buford, Monteith, and Tatum all getting into the action. 8 righties in the lineup today, and 3 of them have gone yard.
Woo. Let's take a look at that launch angle. Middle. Fastball, maybe actually that might have been the changeup from Bothwell. That was the changeup right down the pipe. 101 off the bat. 414 feet.
That ties Almanza.
Nah, that was 3 feet shy. First one low to Buggs.
Was Almanza 417?
417 was Almanza. But not bad for another Stockton native in Tatum. 1-0 is fouled off. 2-0.
Well, they can brag to Lozano then.
Yep. Goodness gracious. What a bomb from Dylan Tatum to give the Ballers a 6-0 lead here in the home fourth. Still no one out.
And your voice went high and deep when you were calling that.
Man, that was a no-doubter. Whew. That was beautiful. It was a rainbow. 1-1, high chopper off the plate. No chance for Bothwell. He just picks it up, and Buggsy's got an infield hit. There, we can start the counter now, Tyler. That's 2.
That's definitely 2 in this series. And 2 hits for Bugs today. The solid line drive to left field, just like the flat bat path that gives you a good chance at hitting a line drive, 7-22. And then for Bugsy, once that thing bounced off the plate, he was always going to be safe.
So a 415-foot bomb from Dylan Tatum, followed up by that little chopper. And now the ball kicks away from Barranca, wild pitch. And going to second is Bugs. It's 1-0 on Monteith.
It did not kick all that far away from Barranca, but the Ballers know it's not Mendoza back there today, and the reaction time from Barranca wasn't instantaneous. And so Bugs, with his speed, got to second quite easily.
1-0 to Monteith is inside 2-0. And that gives Pat Monteith a chance here with a runner on second to get another 2-run homer. Hitters count here, a 2-0 pitch coming from the lefty Bothwell. Monteith fouls it straight back.
I do wonder, because Cobb is on deck now, and you'll get to your segments, but yeah. I have always wondered whether or not there is a connection to tobacco with Upper Marlboro, Maryland, or whether it is just a coincidence.
Sadly, I did not find one.
Okay.
2-1 toss. Outside, 3-1. All right, let's try to restart this segment here. Upper Marlboro, Maryland, the hometown of Trey Cobbs, who's on deck, about to come up. It's a 3-1 count on Monteith with no one out in the bottom of the fourth and 2 outs. Oakland leading 6-0. Next pitch from Bothwell. He looks towards second and comes home. Monteith fouls it back. Upper Marlboro is officially the town of Upper Marlboro. It's in Prince George's County, Maryland, in the DMV, which is D.C., Maryland, Virginia. It's 40 minutes east of D.C., and as the county seat of Prince George's County, my friend Corey lives there. He works in city planning in the DMV. Payoff swung on and missed, and Monteith, after homering off of Bothwell a couple innings ago, strikes out, becomes the 3rd strikeout victim for Bothwell, and there's one away here in the 4th.
Has Corey planned any towns?
Not yet. He's still up and coming, but he's working in Prince George's County.
Do they make new towns in America? Are we making new towns?
I don't think so. The thing that Corey would always tell me, try to build up, not out. Upper Marlboro native Trey Cobb takes a strike. That name was changed in the late 19th century. A postal clerk felt like the last 3 letters of Upper Marlboro should be removed. Runner goes to third. Breaking ball for a strike, and Bugs nabs third, stealing his second base in the inning.
Yeah, that's, wild pitch on the first one, but he did steal third. And that's a big play because now that'll allow Cobb to get him in without a base hit.
It is 0-2 on Cobb. Trying to rep Upper Marlboro here and make it 7-0 Ballers. And he takes in the dirt.
Remember, the Ballers were up 10-2 at one point in one of the games in this series, and Glacier got it back to 10-6 and gave everybody a rather nervous feeling. So 8 runs is another, but 6 runs is not quite enough where you can sort of sit down.
1-2 next from Bothwell to Cobb. Corner's drawn, and Cobb bounces it foul. The letters, by the way, UGH, Upper Marlboro, used to be spelled MARLBOROUGH. Now it is just BORO.
Like
Marlboro.
Like the borough of Marl.
The Duke of Marlborough is the person that Upper Marlboro was named after. 1-2, bounced up the middle. This will get the run home. Mabry's throw to first is in time, and Cobb with the 4-3 putout gets an RBI and puts Oakland up 7-0. And for the 3rd straight day, the Ballers have scored at least 3 runs in multiple innings.
And that's not the kind of swing you take when you're trying to hit a home run. That's the kind of swing you take when you're trying to pepper a ball back in play. It was not exactly a full swing from Cobb, but it was one that was directional like Harris's and one that got the job done.
7-0 Ballers. Here's Isai Santos, hack and a miss, 0-1. 2 outs in the inning, bases empty, and a 7-0 Ballers lead in the home 4th. Wrapping up the wide world of baseball, Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Trey Cobb just grounded out. He's from there. Santos swinging a miss, 0-2. 2 notable basketball players from there. Markel Fultz,
yes,
former 1st overall pick, born there. Victor Oladipo raised
Yes.
there, who played for both the Thunder and the Pacers.
I was going to say 2 guys that did not live up to their draft status.
Hey, I will never forget Victor Oladipo as an Orlando Magic fan. I loved him.
You'll never forget Markelle Fultz as an Orlando Magic
Yeah, that's
fan
true. He was
either.
good for us. Decent. 0-2 is high to Santos, 1-2. And that brings you up tonight, Tyler, the finals, Game 7, Pacers, Thunder. Who you got?
I don't know.
Sam's got the Pacers.
I like Lou Dort because he went to ASU.
Yeah,
but
I like Lou Dort too.
I haven't watched any basketball since the Warriors were out.
Santos lifts it to right field. Clarkson kind of stumbled, but makes the catch for out number 3. The Ballers get 3 more in the inning on a pair of hits, and they do not leave a batter. They've only left 1 through the first 4. 2-run homer by Dylan Tatum in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Ballers will head to the 5th with a 6-0 lead over Glacier. This is Oakland Baseball on 860 AM The Answer. Seven nothing Ballers lead, top of the 5th, but we're glued on right field. Knocker ball knockout. 2 giant inflatable balls running at each other. Will someone stay up? Oh, they both do. You got to do it again. Come on, one more. They both knocked each other over on the first 2. They both were standing, and now it's just a stalemate. They're going too lightly into it.
Now it's a tie.
No more time. Oh, what a disappointing finish to that.
Yeah, the first 2 was like 2 bighorn sheep or rabbits just going at it, and both of them flying out.
Looked like a moose in the road, and a bus just hit it head on, and the bus went flying, and the moose went flying.
Well, that would be terrible.
That's how it happened, right, to you?
No, we didn't hit the moose.
I know,
We swerved out of the way to avoid the moose.
Nice job by that bus driver. Here's Kingston Liniak. It is a 7-0 Ballers lead over Glacier in their top of the 5th, and the righty takes high and away from Luke Short, 1-0. It is 5, 6, and 7 to face Luke Short. 8 strikeouts so far, no runs allowed, and just 2 hits for Shorty. His best start yet of 2025. 1-0 is lined into left field, and that drops in front of Monteith. It is the 3rd hit for Glacier, and it's the first time they've gotten the leadoff man aboard. But that might just give us a little bit of breathing room, a little more time for Tyler. It is time for the question on the answer.
I want to know, and you can participate on our YouTube live stream if you so desire. Hit us up in the chat. I want to know, it's Sunday, it's the farmer's market out in center field. What's your favorite thing to buy or eat
Gabe Howell takes a strike.
at a farmer's market or street fair? Maybe you've been to the Half Moon Bay Pumpkin Festival. Maybe you've been to Treasure Fest. Maybe you've been to any number of street fairs or county fairs or farmer's market around the Bay Area. What's your favorite thing to buy or eat? What booth do you want to see when you get there?
0-1 is too tall, 1-1. Nobody out runner on first is Liniak. Glacier trailing Oakland 7-0 top of the 5th. I'll tell you one thing. I had a fruit today that I don't think I've ever had at the farmer's market, West Oakland Farmer's Market. Pitch from short is too tall.
Was it a Granny Smith apple?
It was okay, Tyler. It was yellow watermelon.
Okay.
I don't think I've had yellow watermelon before. It tasted just like regular watermelon. 2-1, drops in, called a ball, apparently just low. Looked like maybe just a good call. Yep, it was a correct call from Ricardo Rodriguez behind home. 3-1 now. Hitters count for Howell. Trying to provide a spark here for his team. And he hits it slowly to second. Harris flips to second for 1. Throw to first. In time. 4-6-3. Twin killing. 2 down. That was off the end of the bat, and I thought it would be slow enough to maybe prevent the double play. No such luck. Harris with a strong shovel at the Cobb for 1. Plenty of time to get Howell at first for 2.
Well, of the 3 hits by Glacier today, they've all been singles. Only one of those 3 base runners was not eliminated on the base paths.
Yep, that was Beard, who was left stranded in the first inning because of the strikeouts in that frame. First pitch is a ball just off plate to Manzo, 1-0. So any luck from our listeners on YouTube?
Xavier Garcia says OKC in 7. That wasn't the question.
It's 1-1.
Bob Prano, or Prenox, apologies, Bob. I'm going to go with Prano unless you tell me otherwise. Says olive oil.
1-1 popped up on the infield. We'll short catch this one. Pierce, the first baseman. Uh-oh. Drops it. Hit? I don't know.
I'm inclined to give it an error because Pierce got there and got his glove on it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
I don't think my first instinct was error there.
Sam says error. Okay.
First of the day for either side. First pitch hack from Barranca, cut and a miss, nothing in 1. Barranca, the catcher today for Glacier, with a strikeout his first time against Shorty. Pop up for Manzo should have been the final out, but Pierce could not corral it. That towering pop fly. 0-1, bottom of the zone, strike 2. Man, awesome job by this umpiring crew this week. They have been lights out.
By the way, the answers are now coming fast and furious, so we'll get to those maybe in the
Bottom of the
half.
5th?
Yeah.
Yep, perfect. I got time. Question on the answer returns, bottom 5. Luke Short picks up strikeout number 9, rung up by Ricardo Rodriguez. That curveball just got the bottom of the zone, and Barranca goes down looking. That's 9 punchies for Shorty, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Short is through 5 scoreless innings here in West Oakland. A hit, an error, 1 left, but no runs for Glacier. It's 7-0 Ballers here from West Oakland on 860 AM The Answer. Seven nothing. Ballers. Whoa! That hot dog just got flung in the sky. What happened there? A little hot dog toss. Here before the bottom of the 5th inning. Ballers lead Glacier 7-0. New pitcher for Glacier. Ty Bothwell with his worst start of the season so far. Trying to pitch twice in 1 week, and the second one did not go quite well. Noah Owen enters here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Owen making his 6th appearance, his first appearance out of the pen this year. 0-1 record, 10.64 ERA, 22 innings, 39 hits, 4 walks, 25 strikeouts for the 24-year-old from Oceanside, California. He did make the start in a 12-2 loss against, I believe it was Luke Short. No, let me confirm that. And he gave up 10 runs, 9 earned in a season-high 5 2/3. with a season-high 7 strikeouts. That was against Shorty. Righty's first pitch is a strike on the outside corner to Harris, 0-1.
Well, for Bothwell, his worst start of the year comes against an offense that had their 3 top left-handed hitters out of it. 4 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, all earned, a walk, and 3 Ks.
0-1 Harris holds his swing at an outside pitch, 1-1. Yeah, Bothwell entered with a 3.64 ERA, the Pioneer League pitcher of the week, from going 7 2/3 scoreless against Yuba Sutter 11 days ago. Pitch outside to Harris there, 2-1.
Are you answering my question first? If you're at a farmer's market or street fair, what do you want to buy? What do you want to see?
Oh. I got the answer. 2-1 is shot foul, 2-2. Well, I got to say, my eyes lit up last year when I saw an African food truck, specifically West African. I really wanted jollof because I had not had it before, and I got to try some Nigerian jollof. Yes, Nigerian jollof, and it was delicious. 2-2 pitch. Outside 3-2. More generally speaking, I just like to try different foods from different countries, and so that's what I'm looking for.
I will say for me, if it's like a street fair kind of thing, I like sort of more antique-y kind of things. I've bought 64 games at street fairs before even.
Payoff high, chopper to short, 2 bounces, and then into the stomach of Howell, and because of – whoa! Harris is called out at first. He was safe. I've never been more sure.
And James Harris is going to have a word as well with Joe Shields real quick.
I mean, that because of that second hop, Howell let it eat him up a bit, and his throw to first was late. Harris is still called out.
I think he was safe. Yep. I'm looking at it right now.
Joe Shields, I'm going to give him credit. Amazing behind the dish 2 games ago.
Really good, yes.
Really good. I think he missed that call. It happens. It's a 7-0 game. Cam Buford is taking all the way. 1-0, 1 out. Bases empty in the bottom of the 5th inning. 7-0 Ballers lead Glacier. We're talking about farmers markets and so forth and so on. Tyler, what are our answers that we have so far on YouTube as Buford takes high 2-0?
I'll give you one more for myself.
Okay.
When we had an office down in downtown Oakland off of Broadway and 18th, I think it was, the Cholita Linda tent used to come out, and I used to get some excellent tacos.
2-0 is out, poked out of play, 2-1 for Buford. I love tacos, especially street tacos.
Okay. Jeff and Nancy Butts, corn on the cob every time.
2-1 pitch to Cam Buford is a strike on the outside corner.
Is that funny to you?
Well, it's just the idea of just getting corn on the cob, like elote maybe. Like okay. That's how I would have it. But I guess to be fair, they're from the Midwest, and the corn on the cob there is probably extremely good. Buford pops it up, right field. Clarkson is just camped underneath. He doesn't even have to move, and then he does eventually move just a space to the right, and there are 2 away.
David Smith says if it's a county fair, then he's going to the funnel cake.
Yep. See, you really can't go wrong at the fair. A lot of good fried foods. Funnel cake, obviously, top option.
Strawberries for Caitlin Johnson.
Okay, good answer.
Sean Anderson is going with the elote.
Yes. Pitch low and away to Pierce.
Unless it's an Oakland's farmer's market with dim sum, he says.
Oh, yes, please. I would love some dim sum at a farmer's market. 2 outs, bases empty for Pierce. He was retired with a pop out in the 3rd as he takes low, 2-0.
Ryan is going with donuts. We'll always try a new donut vendor.
Oh, there were some good-looking donuts today at West Oakland Farmers Market.
Hard to pass up some great sourdough bread.
Oh, man. My friend Jonathan makes some great sourdough. 2-0, bounce to 3rd. 1 high hop for Manzo. He collects and fires to first in time for out number 3. Any more before we go to break?
Yes, we'll go for a couple of those. Deep fried Oreos, says Ben.
Nice.
Cashews, says Xavier Garcia. And Jesse Snyder says a Nevada Tri-White Strawberries.
Ooh, all right, might have to. Same fruit, different color. That's been the theme of the day for me. Top of the 6th inning, and the Ballers lead 7-0 over the Glacier Range Riders on 860 AM The Answer. Start of the 6th, and the Ballers lead 7-0 here in Oakland over the Glacier Range Riders. 9-2 to face Luke Short. With the Ballers up 7-0, I'm Nevada Cullen alongside Tyler Peterson. It's time to look at some scores from around the Pioneer League. And Tyler, there are some scores that are very good for the Ballers.
We are the last game to start.
And yet we are, might be the second or third, probably the third or fourth one to finish, depending on how it goes in Yuba Sutter. So let's take a look at those scores. First of all, a final in 5 innings. Why was it 5 innings? I guess weather. Boise beating Great Falls 8-3.
Just had enough.
That's fair. They threw in the towel there very quickly. Great Falls. Pitch low from Shorty, 1-0 on Mabry. Was that a 6-game sweep?
That was a 6-game sweep.
Okay.
I can also tell you that Jack Lynch is into this ball game at third for Manzo.
Yes, that is flown to shallow center field, medium deep actually, and Bugs makes the catch, 1 away. So that means Lynch is into the 7th slot in the order. He won't be up for a little while. Back to the top with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. TJ Clarkson with 2 strikeouts today on a 7-game hit streak and 4 homers in his last 3 games. The lefty facing the lefty in Luke Short. And the first pitch of this at-bat from the windup. Short delivers and drops in a curveball, 0-1. Do you have a favorite term for a 6-game sweep, Tyler?
I'm not familiar with any terms.
Well, I have a few that I've floated around. I like a vaporization, a fumigation, a power washing. That's flown foul, 0-2.
A deep cleaning.
A deep cleaning, yep, I like that. Sam over here says mop, but mop is the unofficial term for a 4-game series. Yep, okay, so you knew that. So 6-game has to be something deeper than a mop. A deeper clean. 0-2. And the dirt, 1-2.
I think it's also called a proper spanking.
I think that's Boise truly disciplined Great Falls this week, so that would be accurate. More scores from the Pioneer League. Yuba Sutter beating NoCo, the Owls baseball with a Z, 9-5 in the bottom of the 7th inning. That score does not help Oakland. Ripped foul by Clarkson, still 1-2. Yuba Sutter still just a game behind the Ballers, but in the top of the 8th inning in Colorado Springs, Grand Junction leads Rocky Mountain 5-3, and they are just 6 outs away from taking the series against the Vibes.
Soon to be the newest jackalope is Alec Rodriguez, claimed off of waivers today.
Yep, that was not unexpected. Next pitch is shot to left field on a line, but right to Monteith, and there are 2 away. Alec Rodriguez just released by the Ballers, a very solid reliever, but unfortunately for him, the Ballers have the best bullpen in the league, and if you have an ERA over 5, that usually cuts it for most teams, but the Ballers have the best pitching staff in the league. Roddy with some really good outings and deserved to land somewhere where he can have success. Swing and a miss from Beard, 0-1. So best of luck to Alec Rodriguez in Grand Junction. 0-1. Beard taps it to short. Cobb fields at the chest, throws to first in time for out number 3. Luke Short, the lefty, is through 6 for the first time this season on less than 70 pitches. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th. The Ballers lead 7-0 over Glacier on 860 AM The Answer. New pitcher for the Glacier Range Riders. It is Davis Pratt. Pratt on Tuesday against Oakland, 2/3 of an inning, no hits, no runs, a walk, and a strikeout. The righty from Albuquerque, New Mexico, has a 5.73 ERA, 1-0 record, 12th appearance, 11 innings, 12 hits, 6 walks, and 12 strikeouts for the righty Pratt. He enters for Noah Owen.
Well, Owen just goes 1 inning in this series, but it's a clean inning. Ground out, fly out, ground out, 1, 2, 3 in the 5th.
The Ballers' lead has grown to 7-0 over the course of this game. 4-0 after 2 with a 4 spot in the second inning, and then a 3-run inning in the 4th. And so the Ballers are in control of this game 7-0 as they look to take 5 of 6 from Glacier for the second time this season. Winning 5 out of 6 games in a series is not easy, Tyler. As you well know, the Ballers did not do that, I believe, until the second half last year.
Yeah, I think the first time they did that was against Northern Colorado Owls.
Yep. And they did it several times after that. I think they did it twice or 3 times last year. As Leahy rips a first pitch single into center field. Line drive base hit. Leahy has reached in his last 2 plate appearances, both as the leadoff man in respective innings.
Yeah, just got a first pitch fastball and just sent it right back up the middle. It's just easy pitch and catch.
Brings up Dylan Tatum. Last time up, he hit a cloud scraper to left field for a 2-run homer.
Interesting walk-up song from Tatum.
First to him is outside. 1-0.
I think the walk-up song I missed the most, not because I like the song, just because of the temerity for him to do it, is Christian Cosby going with a song from Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, that's so up your alley. Tatum takes a strike, 1-1.
And it wasn't even like, I don't even think it was the like vocal song of the game.
No. Just
It wasn't like Live and
instrumental?
Learn. It was a different like vocal song.
Okay. Just
not the
main theme.
Not the main theme.
Tatum cutting a miss. He's behind 1 and 2. Ballers up 7-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading Glacier by 7. Runner at first is Leahy with no one out. 1-2 count. Righty-righty battle. Pratt's next pitch is bounced towards third foul. Still 1 and 2. Again, scores from around the Pioneer League. Bottom of the 4th inning from Idaho Falls. Ogden leads 9-3.
Take that.
Because right now, it's a 2-team race for first between Oakland and Missoula if Rocky Mountain and Idaho Falls keep losing. However, Yuba Sutter can make it a 3-team race very easily. They're just 1 game back. Bounce to shortstop and misplayed by Howell. His throw to second, not in time to get Leahy, and that's an error. Yes?
Yes.
Would you call it fielder's choice
It's
and
a
then an error?
Fielder's choice E6.
Because that out is definitely recorded at second
So
base, if not for the error.
Yeah, the error is the advancement of Leahy. Tatum reaches on the fielder's choice somewhere in between. There's something in there that's a fielder's choice E6.
That is the first error for Glacier. Darryl Buggs, the second, takes a strike outside corner.
The thing that surprises me is that Oakland has a chance to take the season series by the end of the second series. They have 6 more in Glacier.
Wow. 0-1, Buggs, not bunting, bounces it slowly to second, chance for 2, flip to second for 1, throw to first, not in time to get Buggsy. And the runners will be at the corners with 1 away. Back-to-back fielder's choices. Put men at the corners for the Ballers. 4-6 retired is Tatum. Buggs is the one to reach base. And Monteith will bat. Yeah, it's an 18 game season series between Glacier and Oakland with 6 to begin the second half in Kalispell. The Ballers hope that those games don't matter. And that is the weird thing about playing a first and second half. First pitch outside on Monteith, called a strike. That was definitely off the plate.
It's a strike in a 7-0 game.
Yeah, that's for sure. Men at the corners for Monteith. 2-run homer and a strikeout today. 1 out in the inning. Runners at the corners. Ballers lead 7-0. Home 6. The check to first. Bugs back safely. But the Ballers, if they take first or second place in the Pioneer League at the end of the first half, do not have to win any games in the second half of the season to make the playoffs.
It'd be a shame if they didn't win any games in the second half.
Monteith takes a breaking ball that apparently missed high. I thought that one was a strike. Nope, that was too tall. 1-1. One of those deceiving breaking balls that looks like it curls into the zone but stays too high.
Well, remember, it is where it crosses in front of the plate and not where Barranca ultimately catches it as well. Which
Also
is
true.
Why so many balls.
Runner goes outside, ball 2. That's
a steal
stolen
because
base.
Barranca made an attempt to throw.
Yep. Even though no one covered.
It would have otherwise been defensive indifference, but actually Pratt throwing over to first might have been enough to make it a stolen base as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's no chance to catch Bugs there. 2-1 on Monteith. Pitch. Breaking ball stays high and in. 3-1. Now with an empty base at first, they might pitch around Monteith. That would load the bases if they walk him to bring up Trey Cobb.
One of the reasons I'm so surprised by the Ballers having the opportunity to take the season series by the end of the second series
Monteith takes in, bases full.
is because, one, the schedule has done no favors to Oakland in this first half. They have not played a favorable schedule and will not play a favorable schedule. And secondly, the year after year success that this Glacier team and the standards to which they hold themselves to are so high that this is not a position I thought Oakland would be facing this Glacier team.
Meeting on the mound, Glennon rushes out to talk to Pratt. Ballers up 7-0 with the bases loaded. 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Trey Cobb to bat. You're right. Inaugural season was only 2022. They went 39-56. But then in 2023, they finished second in the North. They did miss the playoffs because of a bad second half, but they went 54-42. And then in 2024, they win or they clinch a playoff spot with a 29-19 first half. That was second best in the Pioneer League. They finished 48-48, but they end up going to the Champ Series. So it's a team, like you said, Tyler, that's showing that upward trajectory. But this season seems to be taking a back seat to the other teams in the league for now. Pitch to Cobb is in 1-0.
And their record will be 0-0 like everyone else's, I think, on the 16th of July.
Yep. You could easily see this Glacier team make the playoffs in the second half. Don't be surprised if they turn it around. Bases loaded for Cobb, 5 on the timer. Pitch is tapped foul, 1-1.
Glacier's one of the only teams in the league that recruits at such a high level with the Ballers on their recruits. Big name schools, big name players from affiliate orgs.
Right, a lot of former minor leaguers on this squad.
They have a really good recruitment process.
Pratt from the Chicago Dogs takes in Cobb, 1-0. Well, 2-1.
No relation or relation?
I'm not sure. I've never asked. I should have asked. Of course, Todd Pratt is who we're referring to, the manager for Glacier. 2-1 to Cobb with the bases loaded. Is bounced up the middle, chance for 2. Flip to second for 1. Throw to first is in time. 4-6-3 double play, and the Ballers leave them loaded in the 6th. We go to the 7th. Ballers up 7-0 on Glacier on 860 AM The Answer. It's the 7th inning, and the Ballers lead 7-0 here in Oakland. It's a 7-0 lead, and the Ballers still have Luke Short on the hill here on the top of the 7th. Nevada Cohen alongside Tyler Peterson on 860 AM The Answer with Chris Dorr back in our studios today. And safe to say, Tyler, this is Luke Short's best start of the season so far.
Well, one of the best starts of any baller this season as well. 6 innings, he's only allowed the 3 hits, and he struck out 9 batters. I mean, if it's only going to be a pitcher of the week on one start, right now Luke Short is making a bid for pitcher of the week. Let's see how the rest of the game goes, though.
Yep. If he goes into the 8th, I think that's how he gets it. He could very well do that. 67 pitches so far through 6 for Short.
Yeah.
And he will face the meat of this Glacier order. So this is the inning that could determine if Short gets that first Pioneer League Pitcher of the Week nod.
We could see a debut as well.
Gabe Tanner.
Maybe Gabe Tanner makes his Ballers debut today.
First to Casarella, poked into left field. Monteith is there in the gap, 1 down. Look,
Or
easiest way to get Pioneer League Pitcher of the Week is go all 9. And
I was going to say, or if they're going to make first pitch outs.
right. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to go to the bullpen at this point, even in a 7-0 game, other than to give Gabe Tanner his debut. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ballers did go to him in the 8th or the 9th, but I don't think Short's getting pulled. First pitch strike, 0-1 to the lefty Lavari.
Well, he's going to have a lot of rest. I believe his next scheduled start will be next Sunday as well.
0-1 is high, 1-1. And I think that rest playing a big part in this one. He has not pitched since last Saturday at Ogden when he went 5. 1-1, a strike. 1-2. Short this season, 4 innings, 4 2/3, 5-4-5. He hadn't even worked into the 6th yet. And now he's 1 out into the 7th. Make that 2 outs if this is caught to shallow center field. Bugs out there makes the squeeze, 2 down.
There's just a couple balls that have gone up in the air today where I'm thinking.
I said if. If this is caught. It was. And it brings up Kingston Liniak, who has a strikeout and a single today. He has the most recent hit for Glacier. First pitch is pop foul off to the left side, and it's 0-1. Hold on. All right, it's out of play.
Well, if you're going to give your 3 of your best hitters a day off, Aaron Miles has got to feel pretty good about the decisions he's made today.
Alonzo needed a day off. He hadn't received one yet. And Davis Druick also a little banged up after fouling a ball off of himself. They both could use a day off. Perfect place to do it against a lefty. 0-1, foul tip off of Tatum, 0-2. Is it crazy to say this is Luke Short's best start? Maybe.
Well,
no.
The
August
almost
18th against Boise.
Yeah, the almost no hitter.
He did not allow a hit in that game. In 6 innings.
I'm trying to remember who gave it up after he came in.
0-2 with 2 outs. Is low, 1-2. He then had a start against Idaho Falls where he went 7, 2 hits, no runs, 13 Ks.
Yes, the 13K game. That's
so
right.
that would have to be his best start in terms of its length. Swing and a miss. That's 10 for Luke Short. His best start of 2025, no doubt, and he may not even be done. 7 complete. No runs allowed. Ballers lead 7-0. Time to stretch on 860 AM The Answer. Fourth pitcher of the day for Glacier. In comes Jacob Hasty to try to keep this a 7-0 game. Hasty has been one of Glacier's best relievers this season. And Hasty is pitching for the third time in the series. Pitched on Wednesday through a scoreless inning. Friday through 2/3 of an inning. Did give up a run. It was unearned. And is pitching for the 6th time this season against the Ballers. Has given up just one earned run in that span. 24-year-old lefty, 6'2" from Keller, Texas, has a minuscule .84 ERA. 13 innings, 10 2/3 innings pitched. 13 appearances, I should say, 10 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 1 earned run, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts. Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong. Santos, Harris, Buford. This feels like a spot where you're bringing in Hasty, kind of testing out, can he get the righties out too? Because if so, this is a guy who could get some more save opportunities for this squad.
Well, it's an interesting question, Nevada, because with the bullpen we have seen this week from Glacier, the way that Cowan sort of blew up on that first game.
Santos takes a strike, 0-1.
You've got good back-end guys like Cooper and Franks. And Franks had a really nice appearance in this week's game.
Zegna, also a good closer, you could say. Yesterday didn't go well. That was not his fault, though. Pitch is a strike on Santos, 0-2. But Hasty, a lefty, you would think you'd bring him in against a few more lefties instead of this Baller's righty-heavy lineup today. Santos laces it off a lefty and into right field. Isai Santos has a 2-hit game and gets a hit off a left-handed pitcher. Left-on-left crime for Santos' 5th multi-hit game of the year.
I don't know about that sequence. Breaking ball, take all the way. Breaking ball, take all the way. Fastball, hit to right field.
Felt like he should have gone with a breaking ball again.
I feel like that's sometimes in football games when you script your opening drive.
Ah, yes.
You know what I mean? I think they had scripted that one out a little bit too much. Stick with the breaking ball. He's not tracking it right now.
Danny Harris, righty, bounces it through the left side, base hit. Santos stops at second. Ballers with a couple hits off of Hasty to start the 7th.
Yeah, 4 pitches and 2 base runners. It's like, well, geez, I just got warm out here.
And what pitch was that, Tyler?
That was the fastball.
You might be onto something here. Now it's Buford, who already has a solo shot in this game. Ballers have homered 3 times today. Those homers have resulted in 5 runs. Ballers lead 7-0, home 7th. First pitch. Buford takes a breaking ball in, 0-1.
Well, for Oakland, it's now 9 hits in the ball game.
And they have made those hits count. 3 of the hits home runs. Every other hit a single. They've yet to double today. Buford has 5 two-baggers this season. And the 1-0 from Hasty is shot into right field. 3 straight base hits. 2 hops for Clarkson. Isai Santos coming home. He scores with no throw. Ballers lead 8-0 on 3 straight singles here in the 7th. Cam Buford has a 2 RBI game, his 7th of the year, and it's 8-0 Oakland.
Clarkson didn't charge that ball, and once Aaron Miles saw that Clarkson was not charging that ball and just going to toss it in, he sent Santos on his way home.
And what pitch was that, Tyler?
That was the fastball.
There we go. Here's Ryan Pierce looking to get his first hit of this game. Takes a breaking ball low and away, 1-0. Ballers lead 8-0 after 3 straight hits here in the 7th, all singles. Santos into right field, Harris into left field, and Buford goes oppo into right field. Pierce in this game 0 for 2 with a run scored and a hit by pitch. Righty batter. Swings and crushes one. Left field, Liniak can chase it down and makes the catch in the air. 2 down. That was off the end of the bat. I might have jumped the gun there.
Gave it a good ride, and it's the kind of part of the park that you want to hit it to, but yeah, just did not get all of that one at all.
Again, the fastball hit well. It's probably catching a little too much of the plate right now for Hasty. He's staying down in the zone. Leahy going with Beggin as his walk-up song. I believe this is the Maniskin version. First pitch to the righty batter. He takes low, 1-0.
It's a brilliant curveball, but it went low. Also, you always have me beat on music.
It's the one thing I have. History, you've got that. Okay, that might. No, I'm just kidding. Bay Area knowledge, you've got me on that. 1-0 is low and in. 2-0.
I've gone out of my way to correct you on air when I'm not even in the booth with you on history.
Yeah, that's been great. When I started talking about Yorktown and I'm mistaking Yorktown for York, Pennsylvania, that was great. 2-0 toss. Leahy takes high, 3-0. Base is about to be loaded if Hasty misses again here.
Everybody wonders what I do when I'm not on the road. Am I listening to the games? Yes.
You have me on other things, too. You know more about a lot of things, but history just sticks out to me as the most. 3-0 take from Leahy, a strike on the outside corner, 3-1.
I did, and I don't say this to boast. I say because I'm proud of myself for doing it, because I was not a very good high school student. I have 2 degrees in history, 1 BA and an MA.
You're pretty smart. 3-1 tap foul from Leahy, 3-2. I admire your knowledge of history.
I appreciate that. I was not a very good high school student, and the school I went to was, you might call a college prep school. So teachers got on you if you didn't do your homework. It's not like if they didn't care. So you kind of felt responsible to them. But, yeah, I was like ASU, all you needed was an address to get on the application. So
I got into ASU. I did, actually. Payoff? Bounce foul, 3-2. It was one of the few schools I applied to.
what happened, Nevada?
You know,
Maybe I would have hired you the first time around if I saw you were a Cronkite.
honestly, it's just too expensive.
Oh, as an out-of-stater?
Out-of-state,
Well,
yeah.
I was an out-of-stater as well.
Oh, good for you, Moneybags.
They gave me a little bit of money.
Good. Payoff is bounced towards third, picked up by Howell, throw to second for 1, no throw to first, and Leahy reaches on the fielder's choice. 2 down. Bless you.
Thank you. I thought I muted myself.
You did.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know that I was thinking about
We
your health.
really have been pulling back the curtain a lot this week, haven't we?
Yeah. All right, runners at first and third for the Ballers after the fielder's choice retires Buford. Leahy reaches on the play. Harris to third. Tatum is next against a lefty. Had a homer in the 4th inning. That was Bothwell. Open to tag a lefty here in Hasty with 2 down and runners at the corners. First toss is pop foul, right field. That'll fall harmlessly. Tatum with his 2-run homer in the 4th. That was his first and possibly could be the only hit he has this series against Glacier. This season against Glacier, he has just 4 hits, but 2 of them are 2-run bombs.
2,133 Ballers fans in attendance today.
There are a couple Glacier fans out there. I actually saw a Glacier hat. 0-1 is low, 1-1. I tried to say, some Range Rider fans to some, fans walking to the farmers market. They did not respond to me. They didn't want to.
You go 406, 406.
Line drive past third into left field. Tatum cashes in and puts the Ballers on cloud 9. 9-0 Oakland in the bottom of the 7th inning on Dylan Tatum's second run scoring hit of the day. And this is just one shy of his season high. He's got 3 RBI in the ballgame.
So that's 4 hits in the inning off of Hasty now. All have been singles. And every ball put in play.
Hasty, who had allowed just 1 earned run prior to this inning, is being hit a little bit here. Bugs' first pitch hack fouls it into the mitt of the catcher Barranca.
That's crazy for 13 appearances.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically what Carson Lambert was doing this season, and Connor Richardson as well. They finally got hit a little bit recently. Bugs hack and a miss. It's 0-2.
Bugsy, 2 hits, and has been on with the fielder's choice. Stole 2 bases today.
Couple multi-hit games in the series. Starting to heat up a little bit. 9-0 Oakland leads with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. 2 on for Bugs, but he's down on the count. And the 0-2 toss is swung on and missed. Went over the top of a breaking ball. But the Ballers, despite that strikeout to end the inning, get to Hasty for the first time really this season. This is the first they've scored multiple runs off of him, and the first time he's given up an earned run against the Ballers. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the 8th. Ballers lead 9-0 on 860 AM The Answer. It's the top of the 8th inning here from West Oakland. Your line score, no runs on 3 hits, 1 error. Oakland, that's for Glacier. Oakland Ballers, 9 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. And I need some relief, so I'll turn to the bullpen. Unlike the Ballers, as they still have Luke Short out there, for innings 8 and 9, here's Tyler Peterson.
We'll use the Pioneer League re-entry rule on broadcasters for the final 2 innings.
Nice.
Howell, and then Lynch, who will get his first at bat, followed by Barranca to face Luke Short, who is at 76 pitches to begin this inning.
And has never in his pro career pitched into the 8th.
We talked about his previous 2 best starts, which was a 13 strikeout appearance against Idaho Falls last year, and then 6 no-hit innings against the Boise Hawks. This is up there for him as one of his best starts as a pro.
Speaking of Idaho Falls, 15-3 Ogden in the bottom of the 5th.
So here is Howell, who popped out to Short and then hit into a double play. This is at-bat 3 for Howell in the game. And the first pitch fastball is in for strike 1. A breaking ball, to begin the at-bat at 79. The 0-1. There's a fastball high and away, 1-1. Howell was the beer batter today. Not many at-bats for the beer batter, just the 2. So a little opportunity, fans, to get the discounted beer. The next pitch is in the dirt.
The funny thing is, if almost anyone else was selected,
The 10
it would have hit.
strikeouts.
Yep. Howell and Mabry, the only 2 not to strike out.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't tell them Mabry, because that was up for discussion. A half swing by Howell. It's a swing and a miss, maybe called strike as well. It's 2-2.
No real action at all in the Oakland bullpen.
2-2 from Shorty. He begins his windup. There's the kick, and the pitch on its way is a curveball. Strike 3 called on the outside. 11 strikeouts for Luke Short.
Goodness gracious, Shorty. Just dropped in the breaking ball right on the black. You could not put it any better than Short did right there.
And now here is Jack Lynch. So Lynch gets his first at bat. And the first pitch to Lynch is swung on and fouled back. Lynch had a nice game yesterday. He had 2 hits, including an RBI single in the 4th, and then a 3-run home run the previous night. So he's starting to heat up now for Glacier. A really slow start for him on the California trip. The 0-1 is a fastball inside. So he has not seen Short at all this year. And, in fact, I don't think these two have ever faced.
Nope, because Short was not an Oakland Baller in the middle of July. That was the first half, actually, when the Ballers in.
Next pitch, a strike, 1-2.
Ballers in Great Falls met at the end of the first half. Short joined later in the second half.
Fastball, slider from Short. The 1-2 pitch is the breaking ball. Ooh, is that too high?
Yeah.
It's 2-2.
Fooled me, though, for a second.
Tatum's frame certainly tried to make it strike 3, and Lynch took it all the way. It'll be a 2-2 pitch now to Lynch. Short to the plate. Down and in on the breaking ball, 3-2. A payoff to Lynch. Now on its way. It's a line drive into center field. That's a base hit. So Lynch, in his first at-bat, picks up Glacier's 4th hit. They have all been singles. And there's a man on with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. That now will get action in the Oakland bullpen going.
Yeah, that's because the pitch count for Short's at 87. And that might just make it so where Luke Short cannot finish this ball game out.
He would have to induce a double play quite quickly on Barranca. The first pitch to Barranca is a fastball high. 9-0. Oakland leads here in the 8th. Short is set at the belt. Not many times in the stretch today for Shorty. He looks at first. Now he throws, and Barranca takes a fastball high, 2-0.
Interesting. Looks like Caleb Franzen getting loose in the pen.
Yeah, a little dual action, actually.
Ah.
Franzen may be getting ready just for Clarkson.
Gabe Tanner.
Shorty throws, and the fastball is a strike. Not too far away from the previous 2. Well, that one catches the zone on Barranca. In a 9-0 game in the 8th, the zone may expand to the touch. It's a 2-1 now to Barranca, who takes a fastball right down the heart of the plate that time. It's 2-2, and he asks for time.
That sounded like the warning they give you when you're driving your car. You look at the rear, the side mirrors, objects in mirror, maybe closer they appear. Strike zone may be larger than it appears in a 9-0 game.
It's a 2-2. Short is set. He's on 11 strikeouts. The kick and the pitch, the breaking ball is in the dirt. It's 3-2.
He's not really getting the chase anymore on that pitch.
Barranca may see a pitch in the zone here. He's got a little choke on the bat. Lynch takes his lead from first. And now Short's pitch to the plate is swung on and fouled back. Back to the fastball at the top of the zone. Yeah, the dual action in the bullpen. Franzen the lefty, Tanner the righty. Tanner is yet to make his Ballers debut. Just signed a few days ago when Michael O'Hara went on the IL. Shorty's ready. The 3-2 pitch, Barranca takes outside. It's ball 4. So with 1 out, a hit and a walk, that'll bring up the right-handed hitting Mabry. And we'll see how much longer they let Short pitch this 8th inning.
That was the first free pass of any kind Short has allowed today.
I have to imagine that Franzen is in specifically for Clarkson, who I do believe Clarkson homer off Franzen earlier in the series. There's the first pitch to Mabry. Fastball taken for strike 1 at the letters.
Yep, he did.
Yeah. Two men on, 1 man out here in the top of the 8th. 9-0 Oakland leads. Luke Short's next pitch is swung on and missed. Went to the off-speed pitch below the zone. Changeup, perhaps, from Short there?
Yeah, I think so. And you know what? Mabry doesn't strike out a lot. And now with 2 strikes, this feels like a good spot, isn't he, for a double play ball?
0-2. Short checks second. And now his pitch to the plate is swung on and fouled away. Back to that same pitch, that one a little higher. The lefty, Luke Short, closing in on the 100 pitch mark. He's set again. Tatum will set up low. And the 0-2 pitch is a fastball high. 1-2. He has a chance maybe to tie his career high in strikeouts. The 1-2 on its way to Mabry. He swings it, just gets a piece of it. That breaking ball was practically in the glove of Tatum when Mabry's bat head hit it.
Next will be pitch 100.
You think a curveball is slow. You forget 75 miles an hour is still a pretty darn fast thing to come speeding at you. The next pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball outside at 87. And Mabry doesn't strike out a lot, but he does here. The first time today, it's 12 strikeouts for Luke Short. And I think Aaron Miles is going to try to let Luke finish this 8th.
Wow. Never done it. Not at the professional level, at least, Luke Short. He hasn't even pitched into the 8th inning. And here's a chance to get Clarkson out for a 4th time today, which has been impossible in this series.
2 strikeouts and a line out to left. At second is Lynch. At first is Barranca. And Shorty's first pitch is a big curveball that drops in for strike 1. That thing is still spinning 100 pitches later.
Clarkson, 7-game hit streak, 4 straight multi-hit games, 4 homers in his last 3. He has been on a tear. Short has him at 0 for 3 today.
0-1 the count. Shorty throws, and the breaking ball this time in the dirt. I think what might happen here is Franzen may come in to end the inning, and maybe Tanner will come in after that point. We'll see. Righties coming up after this with Beard and Casarella. Here's the 1-1 to Clarkson. The breaking ball is a called strike 2. He's staying with the curveball. He struck out Clarkson on fastballs, but here he is staying with the curveball. It's 1-2. His career high is 13 Ks. He's got 12. He's never pitched this deep into a game before. The 1-2 on its way. Short. The kick, the pitch, the fastball is high. It's 2-2.
It's just been the series of starters working deep into games and pitching over 100 pitches. Short's at 104.
Ballers up 9-0. Now Short's 2-2. It's a breaking ball that hits the back of Clarkson. And that is an anticlimactic way to finish that at bat.
And an anticlimactic way to finish Short's day.
7 2/3 of scoreless baseball. Here comes Aaron Miles, who has not yet made a point to the bullpen. It'll be Logan Beard, the next hitter up. There's no signal yet. Short has thrown a total of 105 pitches. Aaron Miles still talking with Tatum and Short. Ricardo Rodriguez is going to come out to the mound to break up the convo, and he is going to let him finish this 8th. He is going to give him a shot with the bases loaded against Beard.
I mean, could it backfire? Yes. It's a 9-0 game. You leave your starter in if he wants to. Aaron Miles is a classy guy, classy manager, and shows his class by leaving Shorty in here.
Lynch is at third. He's singled in this inning. At second is Barranca, who walked. And it's Clarkson at first, who was hit by the pitch. So they're loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Short, his first pitch to Logan Beard. Here it comes. It's a fastball high. It's ball 1. Losing a little bit of velo here now, over 100 pitches is Shorty. But he will have enough spin to potentially see this through. The 1-0 to Beard. He swings and misses through the fastball. It's 1-1.
Running on fumes would be the way to put it.
Got some probably good adrenaline out there on the mound right now. The 1-1 to Beard is swung on, hit to center field. That will get down, and Bugs dove, and he should not have done that, as that has gone back to the wall, and Beard is going to have a double. All 3 runs will score.
Yeah, you don't blame Bugs for that effort out there in center field. He's just trying to keep a 0 on the board for his pitcher, Luke Short. But now that will do it for Shorty, as Beard just takes a pitch that was below the zone, hits it 101 off the bat. A nicely hit ball from Beard, who would not be denied for his second hit of the game, clearing the bags with that 3-run double. But take a bow, Luke Short. Still a career high in innings pitched today.
Franzen will come in. We'll take a break and come back after this. 9-3 Oakland on 860 AM The Answer. Caleb Franzen is out of the Oakland bullpen for his 12th appearance in a 9-3 Oakland lead here in the top of the 8th. 2-0 is Franzen this year, a 5.28 ERA. He struck out 20 and only walked 3 in 15 and a third innings. He is in relief for his fellow lefty, a career-high in innings, Luke Short.
7 2/3 to be exact, nearly completed 8. Tried his very best to do so, throwing over 100 pitches. 5 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, and 12 strikeouts, most by a baller this season.
What did I say? Did I say 7 2/3 or 7 1/3? Oh, okay.
You just, no.
Oh, into the 8th. I got you. Ground ball off the bat of Casarilla. Picked up by Cobb. It's one pitch from Franzen, and it's going to be scooped from Pierce on the low throw, and that ends the inning. Good work from Franzen. Not a hold, but holds the lead at 9-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8:60 a.m. The answer. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. Oakland leading 9-3 over Glacier. A new pitcher. It'll be the 5th of the day for the Range Riders. It's the righty Noah Cole. Cole is 6'3", 215, right-hander from Marietta, Georgia, 27 years old. He owns a 8.10 ERA. This is only his 5th appearance of the year. He's only thrown in 3 1/3 innings. Allowed 6 walks and 1 strikeout. He's only also allowed 1 hit in that time, which is very interesting. So probably some good stuff, but I mean, doesn't necessarily know where it's going. He replaces Jacob Hasty.
They looked good on Friday against Oakland. Inning and a third. That was the season high. No hits, no runs, and a strikeout. And Cole does replace Hasty, who had the worst outing he's had so far this season, going an inning. 4 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and a strikeout.
Pat, Trey, and Isai are the 3 batters here in the bottom of the 8th. I believe Caleb Franzen will throw only 1 pitch as Gabe Tanner is warming again in that Oakland bullpen. The easiest game check Franzen's ever made. First pitch is outside to Monteith. Monteith, a 2-run home run in the 2nd. He struck out in the 4th and then walked in the 6th. Ground ball off the end of the bat to 2nd. Mabry picks it up. He'll throw to 1st. It's in time, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up the top of the order in Cobb.
Yeah, it's been a slow week for Cobb, just 3 hits. He does have an RBI today, but just, I mean, hey, if your leadoff hitter has a slow week and you still win 5 out of 6 games in a series, that would still be considered a pretty good week, and I don't think Trey's going to complain too much.
He's 0 for 4, but he does have an RBI today. First pitch, slider, in for strike 1. A good slider from Cole there.
Did kind of leave it over the middle, but
some decent movement.
Yeah.
0-1. Cobb, a ground ball towards short. The high backhand from Howell. His throw across the diamond is not in time. Well, we've seen Howell make some great plays this week. That was almost one of them. A lot of credit for him to even get to that ball, and Cobb has an infield single.
Because it was hit very deep in that 5-6 hole, he had to really sprint to that ball, so his momentum's taking him too far towards third base to get anything behind that throw, and so Cobb can easily beat it out.
Santos with 2 hits today. First pitch, up the middle. He has 3 hits today.
First career 3-hit game for Isai Santos.
It's the kind of player who just does the little things right.
He does, but I'm sorry, Tyler. I can't talk about Isai any longer. I have to report we have a final from Colorado Springs. Grand Junction takes the series with a 5-4 win.
That means that Mr. You Can't Hit Me, their closer, Mr. Miller Time, Reese Miller, got the save. Here's Danny Harris. First pitch slider swung on a miss by Harris. It's 0-1.
Unfortunately, I don't have any other good scores to report. Missoula's taking the lead in the sixth. It's 5-4 Paddleheads over Billings.
That is a shame. 0-1 to Harris. Slider hit to left field. This might be enough to get out, and that ball is gone. I was watching Lavari and Liniak, and eventually both of them ran out of room. Harris, a 3-run shot. He makes it a 12-3 ball game.
Harris, he's heating up. 12-game hit streak, 4 homers in that span. And that's his second in the last 3 days. That tank goes to left center field, and an immediate response for Oakland after Glacier's 3-run eighth.
That'll bring up Buford, who has homered in this game. That is Oakland's 4th home run of the day. Is that the first time they've had 4 in a game, Nevada? The first pitch is a called strike.
I'll have that for you shortly.
Trying to think of another big home run day that the Ballers have had. Well, maybe in Ogden. First pitch, next pitch, I should say, is a called strike as well, 0-2.
Not quite. Not that day in Ogden. That was only, I think, a couple homers.
The 0-2 outside as well. 1-2 the counts to Cam Buford. Bases are empty. The Ballers have matched the offensive output by Glacier in this inning. 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Cole throws high and outside. It is ball 2.
You are both correct and incorrect, Tyler.
That means it ties.
Well, it ties, but also you're right and wrong about it being Ogden.
Foul back to the screen. It's 2-2.
It was, in fact, the big win at home against Ogden for Oakland, 16-1, in which Lou Helmick, Marcus Titialii, Davis Druick, and Christian Almanza all went yard.
Very good. A 2-2 pitch. Down low, 3-2 to Cam Buford. 2 hits for Buford. Both brought in a run. His solo home run in the 2nd, and then his RBI single in the 7th. 3-2 from Cole. Buford fouls it back. Tanner looks like he's done warming in the bullpen, so he will now just wait for the conclusion of this inning. 3-2. Buford swings and misses on the fastball inside, and there are 2 gone here in the 8th. That'll bring up Ryan Pierce, who will have one last shot at getting his first hit of the day. He is 0 for 3.
Every baller has a hit except for him.
Nice scoop in the previous inning for Pierce, though, at first. Cole's first pitch to Pierce. Takes a fastball outside at 89. It's 1-0. Pierce's first baller's hit came yesterday. It was an RBI double, which tied the game. But 0 for 3 today with that hit by pitch. 1-0 is hit to left field. That's a base hit. And now everyone in the lineup has a hit. And for Oakland, make it a total
15.
Of 15.
Not a bad day at the office for the Oakland offense. They've had a pretty good series, scoring at least 10 runs in the last 3 days.
This game was on about a 2.5-hour pace until the 8th. Here's Nick Leahy. First pitch is down and in for ball 1.
We could still be on a 2.5-hour pace. Started at 1.
We did, didn't we? All right. Well, we must have been on a 2-hour pace then.
We were.
Here's the next pitch is high. It's the only day of the week we start at 05 instead of 35.
Yes.
It's 2-0 to Leahy. The next pitch is a called strike at the knees. It's very interesting. The first baseman, Casarilla, is actually playing in front of the bag, and Pierce is taking his lead behind him. And now we'll have time at the plate. It's going to be, I think, a warning to Cole. Maybe the lock eyes warning. 2-1. Slider slides in for strike 2. Only 2 challenges issued today by these two teams. It was 1 for each. Oakland got theirs correct. Glacier got theirs incorrect. 2-2 to Leahy. Swing, line drive, center field, base hit. 5th hit of the inning off of Cole. 4 singles and a 3-run home run by Harris. And now Tatum, whom you said maybe wouldn't even have a shot at getting a hit, now has not only a hit in the previous inning, but another chance here to get another hit.
Yep. Ballers' offense today, give them credit. That's now 16 knocks, 12 runs to show for it.
So Cole being asked to mop up this inning, as that's a deep drive to left, and it's a 2-homer game for Dylan Tatum.
I'll take a double order of taters, please.
Three hits, 6 RBI.
What is it with these Stockton guys and knocking in 6 in a game? Almanza's done it twice, now Tatum once. That's it for Cole. I think.
Cole, yes, he was asked to do mop-up duty. He will do mop-up duty no longer. 2 outs in the inning. Pratt, I think, is actually just going to give Cole a rather close talking to, I believe. He may not take him out, but Todd Pratt does have something to say. All right. Cole will be left in. Just 1 more out is needed here. 15 runs for Oakland, and now they have scored 6 in the last 2 innings. 17 hits now for Oakland.
Not too bad. Not a bad day at the office for Dylan Tatum, who now has doubled his hit total against Glacier this year. He's up to 6 and with 3 bombs.
Bugsy swings and misses.
Well, there's our new home run, best home run in a game performance by the Ballers. That's 5 this game.
And the 3rd time this year that a baller has a multi-home run game. Bugs swings and misses. It's 0-2.
And 2 of them are Stockton natives in Tatum and Almanza.
This is the first of them that come at home. 388 on the home run by Tatum, by the way. Bugs swings and misses. 3 sliders, and he is gone. 9 men are sent to the plate. 4 come in. 2 home runs. Or excuse me, 6 come in. I hadn't filled out my scorebook. 6 come in on the inning on 2 3-run home runs. And we go to the 9th. It's 15-3. Ballers lead. Take a break. We'll come back on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball here on 860 AM The Answer. Oakland leads Glacier 15-3 as we are just 3 outs away from the end of this ball game. It's the professional debut for Gabe Tanner, the 6'5", 225 right-hander from Danville, California. Just finished up his college season last month with Cal State East Bay. A career 3.91 ERA in his college pitching career. This year at East Bay, he was 5-3 with a 3.06 ERA in 11 starts, 94 innings, and a whip of 1.19. Struck out 76 batters in that time. He comes in for Franzen, who only needed one pitch.
Yeah, put in a real shift today. Recorded an out on a ground out, and that was all for Franzen. Tanner comes in, an all-conference second-team selection for him as a senior in 2025 at Cal State East Bay. Last collegiate appearance was back on May 3rd against Cal Poly Pomona in a 4-1 win. He threw a complete game. He went 9 innings in that and threw 114 pitches. A Luke Short-esque performance last time out.
So Tanner to face Lavari. From the windup, the kick and the pitch. The first pitch is a fastball high for ball 1. Tanner, the fastball about 90, has a good slider. Glove just beneath the eyes, now goes into the windup. The pitch on its way. Fastball up and in. It's 2-0. Tanner flares the glove, and now the 2-0 on its way. Fastball swung on and missed. The sinker there from Tanner. 2-1. He's a quick worker, is Tanner. The 2-1 pitch on its way is swung on, hit down the line, but foul at 89. It's 2-2.
And when your team's up 15-3, all they want to do is get home after this one. Take a bus to Boise.
Let's see if we see the slider on 2-2. The pitch on its way. It is swung on, hit towards short. Cobb scoops it up. His throw to first is scooped out by Pierce again. One away in the 9th.
Nice pitch there by Tanner. I think that was the changeup, or I guess could have been the sinker in. Either way, it's a solid pitch. It forces the ground ball, and it was really a smooth as butter ground ball to Cobb, who bounced it to first. Pierce, impressive pick.
Now Liniak. He's a corner infielder, third and first. Ryan Pierce. And now Tanner will step off. That'll count as his first disengagement. Nobody's on here in the 9th. First pitch to Liniak. Fastball hit out to center field, and that'll be a base hit in front of Darryl Buggs. And you're right, Tanner's just in there to throw strikes and get this game over with. But that time Liniak sends it to center field for a 1-out single.
Yep, if he gives up a hit or two or even a run or two, it's no big deal for Tanner. He's just trying to get 2 more outs in this game to give the Ballers a big win at home.
Here's Howell, the shortstop. It is 0 for 3. Pop out, double play, and strikeout. First pitch is swung on and missed. There's the slider.
Goodness. That's got some real tilt to it. Some serious break.
It's kind of the pitch he got signed on, to be quite honest. He's working from the stretch now. And the pitch on its way. There's a slider again. Strike 2 on the inside.
Front door to him.
And Will Tatum triple up. Set is Tanner. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to Cobb. This could be it. Flip to Harris for 1. The throw to first. In time, this ball game is over. Probably the quickest 18-run ball game I've ever been a part of at 2 hours and 23 minutes. Could have gone sub 2 there, Nevada, except for those middle innings. The Ballers, with their 21st victory of the year, they are the first Pioneer League team to get to 21 victories, and they are at the moment in sole possession on top spot. It is a 5-win series again against Glacier. Ballers have won 10 of 12 against a team that was a championship finalist last season. They have been utterly impressive and winning 21 of their first 30.
Simple recipe today for the Ballers. Luke Short shoves, goes 7 2/3, strikes out a whopping 12 Range Riders, and then the Ballers bash 5 bombs. Harris, Buford, Monteith, and Tatum with 2 homers in the game.
They will have 18 more games, and they will have a tall task to try to finish this thing off. They will go on the road for 2 weeks to Boise and Rocky Mountain before returning home against Rocky Mountain. And we are standing by. It looks like Casey Pratt and Kara Suboy have someone. There's only one? I guess it's only one today. Okay, so we're going to send it down, Kara, with Luke Short.
Hey fans, I'm here with Luke Short. Our starting pitcher today had a tremendous outing. 7 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, fantastic. What was feeling so right today?
Breaking ball was good. It was in the zone. Tatum called a great game, and the boys hit. Hey, pick me up.
I saw that coming. Corner of my eye, well deserved. That's gotta feel so good on a day like today. So basically I heard the breaking ball was working.
Thanks, Reed.
That feel good?
Oh, yeah.
But let's talk about the offense too. 15 runs put up by the Ballers. What kind of support, what kind of backing did that give you?
I mean, it gives me a lot of confidence to go out there and pound the zone with all my pitches, so it made my job pretty easy.
Knowing that the guys had your back, just kept piling on.
Oh, yeah.
As you know, today is Little League Day. We've got hundreds of Little Leaguers here. I'm sure you had a very amazing Little League career. What kind of advice can you give these guys and gals?
Throw strikes, hit bombs, don't bunt.
And keep playing baseball. Luke Short, everyone, our starting pitcher today. Great game. Congrats on the win. Thanks, everyone. Tyler, back up to you.
Thanks, Kara. We'll take a break. We'll come back on the Ballers postgame show on 860 AM, The Answer.
One segment.
Welcome back to Ballers Baseball on 860 AM. The Answer. The Ballers win today in convincing fashion. It hasn't always been that convincing this whole series, but today the final score of 15-3. Tyler Peterson and Nevada Cullen with you. Here are the totals for today. For the Glacier Range Riders, it's 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. For the Oakland Ballers, 15 runs on 17 hits and 1 error. Before we talk about the series at large, let's talk about Luke Short and what he did today. 7 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all were earned, a walk and 12 strikeouts. A performance that should be enough to earn him Pioneer League Pitcher of the Week.
And it may not because you see those 3 runs in there, but really 1 out away from 8 shutout innings, Luke Short today. He turned in the most impressive, right there with Reed Butt's performance we've seen by a starter this year for Oakland. 7 2/3. We haven't seen anyone pitch into the 8th yet this year until Luke was able to do so today. And then just the beginning, he really set the tone today, and that was his secret. He got 7 strikeouts through the first 3 innings and then just kept cruising the rest of the way, getting quick outs. He was efficient. He had only thrown some 80, I think it was 67 pitches after 6 innings, and that allowed him to pitch into the 8th today.
Ty Bothwell took the loss. He is 0-2. Aaron Miles batted 8 righties, giving off days to Druick, Helmick, and Almanza. All 3 batters don't even take a pinch hit at bat today because the Ballers got to Ty Bothwell early. A surprising outcome, especially since we saw what Bothwell had done twice to the Ballers already. But the right-handed heavy lineup did, in fact, do damage.
Yeah, Ballers only got one run against him the first time they faced him in a loss. Then, actually, that was in a win for Oakland. They did somehow win. They somehow have beaten Bothwell 3 times this season. Bothwell is now, for some reason, 0-2. He's become the Pioneer League Paul Skeens in a way. And today, finally, he gets roughed up a bit. 6 hits, 7 earned runs, and 3 bombs allowed. That Buford early homer really set the tone for the Oakland offense.
Somehow, with an 8th and 9th inning that just took or an 8th inning, I will say, that took forever, we still only played a 2:23 ball game in front of 2,133 fans. Oh, it almost matched up there, 233, 2133.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Good symmetry.
But let's talk about the series at large. It began last Tuesday, a late dramatic walk-off wild pitch victory, and then a close contest on Wednesday, a 6-5 win that Connor Sullivan had to shut down a late Glacier rally. The Ballers lost on Wednesday 5-2, but twice had the tying run on in the 8th and the 9th. The Ballers then had another late rally they had to shut down on Friday, and yesterday it took a big 8th inning, 5 runs in the 8th, and some mistakes from Glacier to give them a late victory. Close contests, and I will say, not unlike the series Glacier played in YOLO, but right now there's something about the team that they just are not putting it together and winning those 50-50 games.
Yep, they obviously 5-7 in those one-run games or knockout round games, so they're not winning the close games. Part of it's the bullpen. The offense is not getting the clutch hits late in the game. They need more. They need reinforcements. I think that's it, Tyler, at this point. This is a team that lost J.D. McLaughlin, and since losing McLaughlin, they are now they only have 4 wins without him. They're now 4-13 this season since losing J.D. McLaughlin, who is ruled ineligible by the league.
That is an incredible situation and incredible statistic, which I don't know if it underscores something about McLaughlin's importance to the team, whether it's just sort of a more of a mental factor involved in there, but I think there is a correlation, if not causation, to that as well. Well, the Ballers will now hit the road. There are 18 games remaining in the first half. A playoff spot, 2 of them are up for grabs, and the Ballers at 21-9 are going to have an awful good chance to try to get one. I said at the beginning of the year, 30 wins should get you a playoff spot. The Ballers would need to go 9-9 in their final 18 to hit that clip, and I don't know if that'll be enough.
I don't think so, and especially with just how many teams just keep winning. They're going to play a Boise team next that's won 7 in a row, and then a Rocky Mountain team that is top 5, top 6 in the league. And yes, they're a little cold, but 12 with the vibes should be interesting. This Boise team did take their last 6 against Great Falls, and so how do they fare against a more competent baseball team? We shall see, but I would not count the Hawks out. I think the Ballers' best case scenario, realistically, is just a series win in Boise that, again, we talked about earlier. It screams trap series, and especially now that Boise has won 7 in a row, that could be a tough series for the Ballers to win. They've got to play their brand of baseball to do it.
6 teams within 2 games of each other at the top of the standings, and every single one of them is going to feel like they have got the team that's going to make the playoffs. And there's not going to be many interaction between all of those teams either. Yuba and Idaho Falls will play a 3-game series, but Missoula will not face any of those other teams. And, of course, the Ballers and Vibes will have 12 to finish the first half. Let's take a quick last check at the scoreboard. We told you Hawks beat Voyagers, Jackalopes beat Vibes. Yuba Sutter has now beaten Northern Colorado. Ogden, a 17-4 lead now in the 8th. And what's happening now in Missoula?
Oh, would you look at that? The Billings Mustangs, top of the 7th, 2 outs, and a 6-5 lead. My boy, Pat Mills, with an RBI single to put the Mustangs ahead. I called games for him in the Northwoods League back in 2022. They call him Pat the Bat. No, they don't call him that. They could.
We have a Pat the Bat, too.
We do, Pat Monteith. They call him Playoff Patty.
Okay. We will take a break. We'll take a break for a whole day this time and be back with you on Tuesday. I do believe a 6:05 Pacific start from Boise with Nevada Cullen. And then after the 6 with Nevada, it'll be me on the mic in Colorado Springs to bring you those games against the Rocky Mountain Vibes. And really, what Oakland is going to have to do is just keep winning. It's just way too close to start losing series or even splitting them, unfortunately. So we're going to see exactly what the rest of this first half has in store for these teams. But the Ballers in an awfully good spot right now, and they, I would say, are deserving of their record. They have played some great baseball, and it's about getting lucky, but about taking advantage of your luck as well. Errors in the field, knocking those men in, that kind of a thing. Any final thoughts on the series, Nevada?
I can't say enough about this Ballers team. They just keep finding ways to win, whether it's the offense, the defense has really come into shape, and the pitching. I mean, you can't get much better than the best pitching staff in the league.
All right. We hope you've enjoyed this series from Raimondi Park. We'll be back with you in our entire broadcast in 2 weeks' time when the Vibes come to town in the final series of the first half. Until then, we'll see you on Tuesday, 6 o'clock Pacific start. Nevada Cullen to bring you Boise and Oakland baseball for a week. I'd like to thank Chris Dorr back in our 860 AM The Answer studios. I'd like to thank Gavin Wappler in our Virch studios. Give me a little shake of the mouse there, Gavin, if you're still with us. Give me a little shake of the mouse, Gavin. Gavin, if you're still with us, give us a shake of the mouse. All right, Gavin. Yeah, there's Gavin. All right. Thanks, Gavin. Ben, Brendan, everyone else who put this together, all of our camera operators, Ivan, Isaac, and anybody else operating cameras today? I'm not sure.
Oh, I know Elias did yesterday.
Okay,
Good job
perfect.
on High Home.
We will take a break. We'll come back for Nevada Cullen. I'm Tyler Peterson. Final score from Oakland one more time, 15-3. The Ballers win. Have a good rest of your Sunday afternoon.